This is what I've been telling you about, that I've dreamed of since I was your age.
Yeah, like the boy in the movie that floats with the balloon.
And what I want to do is I want to grab that rig of balloons and I want to go floating all the way up into the sky until I become a little dot in the sky that you're going to see.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah, you're going to be able to watch me go all the way up.
Black dot.
And where am I going to head towards?
Venus.
Yeah, but not that far, of course.
I hope so.
And this was all because of you. I haven't done anything since you were
So
1 year
pretty.
old, and
You
I
did,
stopped.
Like fake things.
No,
Not
I did
fake,
scary,
like scary
things.
things.
Yeah, and because of you, I wanted to do something
Freaky,
beautiful.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah, but because of you, I wanted to do something beautiful.
But that's not dangerous.
No, but this is the first one that I'm doing that's beautiful, and that's all because of you. It's true.
Thank you.
Ever since I was a kid, I've dreamed of flying. When I was 5 years old, my mom took me to see a movie about a boy that floats away on a bunch of balloons and inspired my love of levitation and magic for short. I've never forgotten that image, and now I'm going to make it a reality by holding onto a bunch of balloons and flying as high as I can possibly go. Every single stunt that I've ever done is about endurance and pushing past what I thought would be possible. I can't imagine many people would ever dream of doing them. My daughter was at the last one when she was about 2 years old. It was so difficult and extreme that I decided right then and there that I would find something that would inspire her and not scare her. Even though this seems like every kid's dream, Ascension is the most ambitious performance of my life. Thanks to my team at YouTube, I've assembled some of the best experts in their fields, led by the elite skydiver and craziest daredevil I've ever met, Luke Akins. I also have the world's leading weather experts, balloonists, and aerial engineers working on this, all of whom are critical in helping me pull this off.
We've never designed anything like this before, lighter than air, outdoors, etc. So this has been a really wild and fun learning experience for us.
In order to do this, I've been learning how to skydive. That was so good! I also became a commercial balloon pilot with the ability to fly helium-filled balloons.
There are a lot of critical moments in this project that David has to work on.
Trying to figure out how I can put the parachute on once I'm up at 5,000 feet. So that's the switch?
No, not this.
If he doesn't put on his parachute, he dies.
If there's a catastrophic balloon failure partway up, David comes crashing down to Earth.
And now, we've moved Ascension to Page, Arizona.
I just don't know how I'm gonna land anywhere safe.
I've never had to land on terrain that's this difficult in my life. But at the same time, I'm so excited to pull this off. I can't believe today is finally here. I've been working on this and dreaming about this for over a decade. This is by far the most exciting project that I've ever put together in my life. And the best part is I've actually put the most incredible team together to help me do this so I don't die. This is different than anything that I've ever done, and I want to introduce you to some of my team, some of the best experts in the world, so come with me. Luke.
Hey.
So this is Luke Akins, who's taught me how to jump out of planes safely, how to land in any area safely, and actually put the entire stunt together. And he's the best in the world. The reason I found Luke was because he was that guy that jumped 25,000 feet out of an airplane without a parachute and landed into a tiny net that from up there you can't even see. It looks like a tiny dot. So this is Luke.
Excited, man?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it's finally gonna happen.
All this work, I'm starting to get goosebumps the more we talk about it, man. I'm super pumped. Everybody's in position, weather's great.
Luke hasn't slept in about 2 months.
It's been a doozy, but we're here. It's game day. It's all up to you now.
Yeah. and the best YouTuber who knows everything about tech, that does every single great video that explains science and technology. Marquez Brownlee has decided to come help us with it, and he's going to be the eyes for you guys. He's going to explain every question that you may have. And thank you, Marquez.
That's the plan. There's a lot of tech behind this, and I feel like people won't appreciate that until they see it. But I want to ask you something real quick, just because we're here now. This is a childhood dream, years and years of training, but we're here on the day now. How does that feel?
I won't believe anything until my feet start lifting up off the ground and keep going.
That's amazing. So how does this differ from your other projects? It's super different, but what makes it so different?
This is the first project that I've ever done, and it's all thanks to YouTube.
Yeah.
That I'm actually able to put together the dream team that's all around me, and I couldn't ask for anything better. So even though the idea seems so simple, it's like I'm gonna hold a bunch of balloons and become a little dot in the sky. Right. There's actually a lot involved to make it happen safely and legally. And it's been research and development up to this moment.
That's true, and I've witnessed it. Luke, you've also been in charge of essentially a ton of the project, and you know what like the biggest risk factors are. What would you say are the things to pay most attention to?
I mean, I got a list a mile long, but really in my head, I got 4 basics, you know? Yeah. Temperature, it's gonna be cold. I mean, he's gonna be freezing 25,000 feet or higher. Yeah. You got hypoxia, lack of oxygen. He could be arguing with me, or, you know, you get silly. It's almost like you're impaired.
Okay.
Okay?
Like being extraordinarily drunk is what happens with hypoxia.
Wow. Okay.
And then for me, one of the biggest ones is, I was talking to David, and he's like, I really have this beautiful look. I don't want to wear a parachute. I'm like, dude, you got to wear a parachute. He's like, is there anything we can do?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think so. And then I said, you know what?
Accidentally said, maybe we could hide it in the balloons. I go, yeah.
And he jumped on it. And he's like, let's do that. That's what I'm doing. Okay. And I was like, well, wait a minute. It gets really cold. You got a lot of stuff going on, and I don't want to add another thing. And I started thinking about it, and we started to figure out how to do it. I took my 8-year-old kid, and I hung him in my hangar, and I started messing around, and I called David. I go, hey, I think we can do this.
So Logan pulled it off first.
Yeah. So then we got the parachute on, and then the absolute very important thing, the most important thing to me is a safe landing. Okay. And we're out here, it's sketchball around there, you know? There's some beautiful landing spots and some really bad ones.
But even the beautiful ones for you are beautiful, but for me, I'm at like 400 jumps. So for me, it's like, ah!
I'm sure from that height, it's a lot to look at. But look, I've talked to a lot of these people and a lot of the experts.
But wait, I want to say one other thing that we forgot, and this is the truth. I've never gone up above a few hundred feet, basically, with the entire, I've done a few flights, but I've never done this entire system once. So the first time I put on the parachute up in the air, and the first time that I go to these heights will be live right here. First time ever.
It's a true flight test program. I mean, you're doing it.
And that's the truth.
When I first got here, you were practicing just getting the parachute on, but you were 10 feet off the ground, right? So this is a true first of everything at once.
And also, we don't know what happens up there. We don't know what happens when it gets freezing cold. What if I can't feel my fingers at negative 5 degrees Fahrenheit?
No, we're all good.
We'll get to all of it, but look, I talked to a lot of people responsible, all the experts behind the scenes that put all this tech together, so let's check that out. So these past couple days, I've been lucky enough to basically witness this entire project come together in this place. It started super simple. The idea is just, it's David, it's the balloons, and he's floating away, disappearing into the sky. But everything that has to come together around it is incredibly complex, but in order to make it possible and safe. And so what's resulted is this incredible A-team of all the best experts in aviation and ballooning and skydiving and everything all here. So let's go ahead and meet that team.
Dude, so fun.
Luke Akins. He's a world record-setting aerial expert and leading the team. All right, so Luke, why are they fitting you with all the tech right now?
For some reason, I was going to be in the test dummy, but no, David's busy getting ready to practice hanging and doing all that stuff. He just can't be in 2 places at once. Right. So right now, I'm going to just do a jump on the test of the equipment to make sure everything's working right.
So what's it like having this superhero team of the #1 skydiving expert, the ballooning expert, the weather expert? Does that feel like the best case scenario?
Yeah, absolutely, right? Because everyone has an answer, and it's about understanding what the point on the horizon we're driving toward is, right? And that being this image of childlike wonder of, even with all this tech here, it's going to look like David goes out there and just grabs a bunch of balloons and floats away, right? Like that is, if it doesn't look good, why'd we do it?
Art Thompson, he's produced major breakthroughs in the aerospace industry.
When we're doing test flights, everybody thinks we're training David. We're actually training the ground crew because we're learning how to work together.
Teamwork, always important to have good
teamwork and science.
Bert Fidel, he's a third-generation balloon aviation expert. For the ballooning part, what's the biggest question mark for you?
So there's a number of little steps along the way before he cuts himself loose that I'll be breathing a sigh of relief on.
Don Day, he is the weather expert responsible for making the final call to launch. So what's your prediction for our actual launch window?
It's actually going to cool off a little bit here in the desert, so things are looking very favorable.
Fingers are crossed.
Fingers are crossed.
Right now. It's looking good.
Amazing. Hey, Luke, can I see you for a second?
Yeah.
And Jim, you're in charge of the payload and the cluster we're looking at, so I want to chat with you. Okay, first of all, there's a lot we're looking at, but we're a little while out for launch. Where are we in this process and what's going on right now?
Yeah, we're about an hour and a half out from launch. We got here about 6 hours ago. We were inflating balloons for some other team members to start installing the squibs on them. And then we waited for the wind to calm down a little bit, and we started assembling the cluster.
And you said this word squibs, and I know people are hearing the word but might not know what it is. What is a squib? Is this a squib?
Yeah, we got a squib right here.
Perfect, okay.
So these are little electronic match. It's taped to each balloon in different orders, like a bunch or a few, and this will actually vent the balloons, which means we pop the balloons, and it lets it come down.
It's a remote control balloon pop trigger mechanism.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Okay.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So you're in charge also of the sort of go, no-go checklist, as you mentioned. What kind of progress have we made on that list so far?
It's a big list.
Yeah.
We limit it down to the team captains. We've got weather, most important.
Yep.
We've got ATC clearance. Can we go up? Are we allowed to take off? We got safety team. Are they ready? We got parachute guys. Are they ready? We got weather. It's a massive list, and we'll be ready when it's done.
Okay. And now I also want to touch on this sort of magical balloon that I can't help but look at because I'm the tech guy, but inside this balloon cluster, there's one very special balloon that makes all of this possible. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so we call it the payload, and it's what we're actually starting to make disappear right now, so that when we go up, we don't have what looks like just a tech catalog hanging above David. We want to keep that sense of childlike wonder, but inside of there is all the avionics for all of the ATC clearance and all of the electronics to get the camera signals and the audio signals back for everybody to see.
It's a lot. I've seen inside of it, and it's like a PC inside a balloon, essentially. But a previous version of this that you guys had actually overheated. I mean, it's 1,000,000 degrees out here in the desert, but what precautions have you guys taken with this new version to make sure that doesn't happen?
Bunch of things. First of all, there's an entire HVAC system in there. It's basically an office building full of HVAC at this point.
Nice.
We've also put more holes in the shell of the balloon, which allows for more airflow, and we adjusted some of the design of some of the plates that all that stuff is mounted to for better heat sink between the heating up elements and the air around it.
Gotcha. So you guys have been in this for like 2 years and can speak about every little detail, but we have a little piece for everyone at home to get caught up on what's gone down. So check it out.
This facility is really unbelievable. They build every single flying rig for every show, every tour. They build all the Cirque du Soleil stages and riggings. Oh, that looks awesome. Wow. In order to make this a legal aircraft, we had to create a fiberglass balloon that has all the equipment that we would need. It has a transponder, it has oxygen that you'll need to make this legal. It's also gonna have my parachute, and it has everything that we need to transmit audio and video back down to the ground. It'll look just like a balloon, and that will fit right inside of it.
The entire point of this is to not have it look like there's a whole rigging catalog hanging above David, but that it looks like he's walking up and grabbing a bunch of balloons and taking off into the air, and have it work every single time, because obviously there's only one David Blaine, and we're only going to do this once. The payload right now, it clocks in at 226 pounds. So most of the balloons are just to get that payload to be neutrally buoyant. The rest of the balloons are to get David to be neutrally buoyant, and then there's 1 or 2 balloons to actually lift. The payload is what we would call the clue plate in rigging, which means all of the balloons are connecting to it, and then David is hanging below that.
This side here is what pays the bills. This is for the camera system. So it's going to take all of the cool images that are being sent down, and it's going to relay them up through an airplane that's circling off in the distance, and then relaying that down live, and somehow through some sort of magic it goes across the internet while it's happening.
This is the device that has all of Papa's safety stuff on it. These are what the real balloons are going to look like. Yeah. This is what all of this stuff is going to go in.
How are you going to open it?
I have another free hand. Ready? Look. All of these balloons are for Papa.
Wow, they're really big.
Yeah.
Open up the little balloons that you fill at the party.
Look, I'm walking through them.
It's like a tent.
Yeah, it's a tent out of balloons. Let's do a picture of us together. Hold on. Ready?
Okay.
Jitem, love you.
So I'm here with some of the expert team that makes this possible, and each one of them has their own super high-level expertise, but you sort of all work together as a team. I want to start with you, Art Thompson. Now, Art is essentially in charge of the payload and aviation engineering. Can you tell us about what's inside specifically that payload?
So inside we have C2 command and control radios, a primary and backup. Same thing we use for universities or experimental flights or AFRL, Air Force Research Lab. And what that does is it sends signals for ballasting, dropping weight, which gives us lift, or venting balloons, right? Popping balloons, which allows us to descend. So normally we'd use a valve which would vent. In this case, we're using squibs that actually pop the balloons.
Right, and this is something I didn't really think about until I had got here and thought through the whole thing. David controls the balloons on the way up.
Yep.
He jumps from them. That payload's still floating.
Exactly.
It needs to be, it's kind of like getting out of a car without a driver in the driver's seat.
Right.
So this apparatus will help you control it and eventually get it down?
Right, and so we're sending signals, DTMF, an encoded signal on a military channel, so there's a lot of redundancy. Don really makes the call to understand where those jet streams are,
Right.
so we can fly it up to get it away or bring it down, and so that's our way of controlling it.
Gotcha. So I should talk to you, Don. Let's talk weather. I think it's safe to say Don Day, #1 weatherman in the world. Is that a realistic title? I love it. But I think when we talk about balloons, the natural biggest concern with weather is the wind, right?
Absolutely. Balloons are super sensitive to wind. And for David's launch, we need wind speeds of 5 miles per hour or less. Most people can't even feel 5 miles an hour, but we have to be less than that or the balloons get uncontrollable. A good example is this weekend when we tried to put you into tether. It was 8 miles an hour. That was too fast and too dangerous.
I remember that. I was trying to get up to experience what he was going to experience, and we couldn't get in those balloons and do it because 8 miles an hour of wind was whipping them all over the place, which is crazy. Now I'm standing out here now, and it's feeling like hopefully we have good conditions. It's early in the morning, which from what I can tell is good for wind.
Absolutely. Balloon operations are best in the morning when it's cool, the air is stable. Fortunately, we had a cold front come through northern Arizona yesterday. Got really windy, but it's like 10 degrees cooler this morning. That feels wonderful. That's what we want, a nice, cool morning.
Feels good. And you guys sent up a test balloon this morning, and how did that go?
Well, we measured the winds aloft, and they are very slow. So as David ascends, it'll be nice and slow. Surface wind should be light and variable. And it's not going to be until he gets higher up as wind speeds increase with height before he'll start to move very much.
Gotcha. And the last person I want to introduce over here is Bert. Now, Bert, again, when you do these balloon things, you need essentially the #1 ballooning expert in the world. So happy you're here as well. And when we talk about...
I'm beyond happy that he's here.
This is
walking me through ballooning step by step, and it is amazing.
It's a great member of the team to have. And when you're looking at this balloon cluster, I've never seen anything like this fly before, so I'm sure there's a lot of variables, but what's your biggest concern looking at this stuff?
It's surface winds. We need nice calm winds, and it looks like that's what we're going to have this morning. If it were me sitting here right now, I'd want to be in the air right now.
That's good
Would
news.
you also want to jump at the end?
I never have, David.
That wasn't the question.
So he mentioned the payload's able to pop balloons and drop weight. Why are we doing that? How does that work?
So with a gas balloon to go up, you release weight that allows the balloon to go up. To pop balloons, you're decreasing the weight. Each balloon has a lift of 15 pounds. So you pop a balloon, you're 15 pounds heavy, and the balloon comes down.
And we have 60 pounds of sand. So if for some reason I lose consciousness, which I most likely will not, but if I do lose consciousness, he can basically, first of all, he can bring me up, which he wouldn't, by dumping the sand, the ballast, or he can remote bring me down as well. And the control that they'll have over the balloon, if I couldn't function, was they basically, between him and Don, can look at the wind, because wind is like a river. So the wind at different altitudes moves you in different directions. So they can put me where they need to, into a different river of wind, which is a current that would take me where they need me to be.
See, you already know way more about the ballooning than I do. But
You're
look,
a great student, David. Excellent.
But we have a piece already to show. You guys have been in this Herculean effort for the last couple of years, so we want to put together a piece to show how that's gone for ballooning. So take a look.
In order to pull this project off, I discovered that the balloons I'll be flying need to be classified as an experimental aircraft. And any aircraft requires a licensed pilot to fly it, so that's what I had to become. There are two ways to fly up into the sky with balloons, using either hot air to force it up or gases such as helium or hydrogen, which rise naturally. Most people learn how to fly balloons using the hot air method, so that's where I started. What time is it? 6:15. Going up and down in a balloon is pretty simple. However, intentionally flying it in a given direction is much more complicated. And the best pilots in the world have a touch and a finesse that's unrivaled. It was these pilots that I sought out to instruct me and teach me what they know.
So this will tell us a lot about what's going to happen here, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes straight up.
Exactly like you said. The first lesson was how to safely build and inflate a balloon and all of its rigging. Okay, check airworthiness, registration, and flight manual, which we did.
Have a safe flight.
Next, I had to learn how to fly both very high and very low. I had to land in planned and unplanned locations.
Good job. That was a precision landing.
And bring it down in rough winds. So it was a high wind landing where the basket completely flips over and we had to pull the air out of the envelope. Other than hitting power lines, that's as bad as it gets.
He did good. He did really good.
After I mastered the art of flying with heat, I reached out to the most accomplished gas balloon pilot in the world, Bert Padell. Bert helped me to get certified so I could fly lighter than air balloons.
While what you're doing down the road is a little different, this is good training, and I do think it will come back, and you'll think about this when you're doing it.
Unlike hot air, which is noisy, gas ballooning is completely silent and one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had. You actually feel like you're part of the wind as you move along without any sound whatsoever. So still. Wow. Learning to fly balloons has exceeded all of my wildest expectations, and now that I'm an officially licensed balloon pilot, I can't wait to fly my new aircraft.
All right, so we're still about an hour or so from launch, which gives me enough time to selfishly ask David Blaine to give me one of his favorite magic tricks. Is that cool?
I'm going to show you my favorite card trick, but Marquez, and I'm going to give this card to my brother.
Okay, cool.
So my brother's obsessed with Marquez, so he was so excited when he saw Marquez was here. He was like, ah, is that... But here, this is one of my favorites. So any card that you want, you can have. Take one out.
Okay. Got it.
Good. And can you write your name so everybody can see it?
Yeah, on the anywhere.
Yeah, well, big and bold so it's visible, so you can see your name, so it might be on the border.
Yeah.
Good.
You see that?
Great.
It's a good card.
Can you all see that? Now look, do you see how the card really, it looks like I put your card for real inside, yes?
Yeah.
No, I do this one move, see, and it's right on top, just like that. Can you see that? No, but hold on, that's just simple magic, right? Hold your hand palm up, and here's what we do. Put your other hand on top of it, flat. Yeah, like that, yeah. And I also use this card, so we use the deuce of hearts, right? Now watch what I do with the 2. You can all see? If I take the 2 and I place it above your hand, don't let go of your card, and I do this. Oh yeah, see, I have your card.
Come on.
And look in your hand.
What? Okay, what? That's... Yeah, see, this is why people don't, like, believe all this stuff is like, they're like, oh, it's David Blaine. It's just going to be another trick, man. But that's real magic. But, you know, I think that's kind of a natural segue to the whole physics thing. Because when we're doing magic, it's beautiful and it's art. But despite this also being beautiful and art, there's so much math and physics that have to go into making it safe, you know what I mean? So, like a choice between helium and hydrogen balloons, for example, we have a piece where you were talking to Diana, that physics girl, fellow YouTuber and a good friend of ours, where you talk about a lot of these choices you have to make. So let's roll that.
What on here do you have that changes or controls how much you're going up and down?
I have no idea. No, I'm just kidding.
So I brought some experiments that I want to show you to talk about the pressure change, because you're going up in the atmosphere and the pressure gets way lower. I want to show you an experiment to talk about that, about the fact that the air gets thinner.
Okay.
This is a vacuum chamber, and then I'm just gonna, like, I'm not even gonna blow this balloon up. I'm just gonna tie it. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the vacuum pump on. That little balloon at the bottom is the one that I didn't blow up at all.
That you did nothing to.
Yeah, and it's starting to expand. But these ones already have so much gas in there.
That's so cool.
The reason I wanted to show you this is because the first thing I thought about when I saw these massive balloons is the fact that these will expand. They'll go from 8 feet in diameter to about 10 feet because they do the same thing as these balloons. So there's more drag on them. There's so many things that go on.
It'll look bigger, but the issue is if they start popping.
Yeah.
That's a real...
Yeah, if they're
insane.
just closer together and touching.
What happens in your blood?
Slightly different thing. But we have an experiment for that if you want to do that one.
Yeah,
okay.
great. Perfect.
Yes. I was curious when I heard you were going up how fast you're going and how high you're going, because that determines whether you would get decompression sickness. There's a syringe with some fluid in here. I'm gonna pull it back and you'll see what happens.
What fluid is it?
I'm gonna have you guess. Okay, here we go. So you can see it continuing to bubble. I'm just holding it here. It's continuing to bubble.
It's like carbonated water.
Amazing.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's exactly what it is. So you pull it back, it keeps bubbling from all over in the fluid, and then you let it go and it stops. So this is exactly what
happens to your blood.
More with divers is decompression sickness, because you go down and the more pressure you're under, the more you can get nitrogen dissolved into your blood. I mean, this is like a really quick and drastic pressure change. So if that happened to you,
that's bad.
That would be bad.
Yeah. This is 17 pounds of lift, so like if you feel this one, feel it.
They're so hard to pull.
It's amazing,
that
right?
That is incredible.
So basically, if I had 7 balloons, you'd be good to go.
7 or 8 balloons? That's so cool. So you're using helium, which is a great gas for flying with balloons, but hydrogen gives you a bit more lift because it's less dense.
Helium is much more difficult to come by, more costly.
I wanted to do a demonstration with you, and I wanted to show you why you're using helium and not hydrogen.
So we have some hand sanitizer wrapped around a stick.
where that is going.
Test
All right.
number 1, helium. It's basically what we expected.
Was that one clap I heard over there? Yeah.
So now we are going to do the hydrogen test.
Oh,
we did it. So that's why you avoid hydrogen. Boom.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Thank you. That was...
Yeah.
All right, Luke, so we're about, how long from launch, you think?
About an hour, starting to get serious now. I mean,
Yeah.
we're in it.
I want to go back over the sort of main risk factors. You mentioned them at the beginning, which were hypoxia, temperature, parachute, and landing. Now, if I'm guessing at home, I'm thinking probably the most important immediate thing is hypoxia. Sounds pretty serious, but you have experience with it?
Yeah, I mean, hypoxia is a real deal. I had an experience when I was helping Felix Baumgartner do that jump from the edge of space.
Yeah.
I was filming him. I fell off the side of an airplane, basically unconscious at 26,000 feet. Yeah. And I woke up at about 10,000 feet in free fall. And that's where the air started to get thicker, the oxygen comes back, your brain starts working. I saw my altimeter. I mean, it was scary stuff. Wow. So I take that very serious. And I may on the outside seem jokey and funny, but as we get closer, this stuff gets real serious now.
So when David's going up and he's getting into the thinner and thinner atmosphere, will you be able to tell, like, if he's losing it a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I feel that I can. David did a great thing. He brought in some friends that know him, know his personality, and I'm going to refer to them a little bit, just if they feel that he's acting different than he is normally. Okay. I might take some of their advice in and weigh that into my decisions on what he needs to do.
Gotcha. And so I'm here thinking David Blaine might be the guy who can train for oxygen deprivation. Like, if you can train for this, he can, you know, breath holding techniques, that type of thing. Is that going to work?
I mean, it drives me crazy because he holds his breath so long and he's so good at the oxygen part, but I'm like, it's serious. No one can overcome at certain altitudes. It's just what happens. But we rode up in an airplane together, and we put pulse ox on our fingers, measuring our oxygen concentration in our blood. We climbed up to 25,000 feet, and he was actually better than I was. And I got 20,000 jumps. I spent half my life in the air. He processes oxygen a little bit better. There's me. I did it to prove to him that it doesn't work, and it actually worked a little bit. So now I'm going to be fighting that today, I think.
I mean, if he's in his own good hands and he's trained for it, that's good. So, I mean, I'm also thinking, like, if he does get to that height and it does become a problem, you have the remote control as a last resort to maybe bring it lower and sort of feel like he's getting back.
We can. I try to not even think about that because if it's me and I land and I'm okay, I'm pissed. Yeah. I'm coming to me and I'm yelling, you wrecked my stunt, what are you doing? You're not my dad, all that. So it's a fine line between what's safe and what David's all about is doing amazing, intense things.
Gotcha. Well, we have a little piece on him actually helping other people learn his breath holding technique and actually getting them better at it. And so if it works, it works. So let's check that out.
All right.
There's one technique that I started when I was 5 years old that I've spent the last 4 decades learning how to do better and better. The technique that I've learned for holding my breath during Drowned Alive was essential and even allowed me to break a world record just by learning to control my breathing and slow my heart rate. One of the possible threats on my next stunt is a potentially fatal condition called hypoxia. Hypoxia is when you don't get enough oxygen because you go too high and you're not in a pressurized cabin like an airplane, so you're breathing the air that has less oxygen. When you become hypoxic, you have no idea what you're doing, so you're completely foggy. It's like you're drunk. But the breathing technique can actually help me override hypoxia by keeping my blood oxygen levels saturated and high.
We did the first reading at takeoff, which is 200 feet. I was 98% O2, and David was 97. So as we go up, we'll see what we get.
As we ascended to higher altitudes, Luke's oxygen levels began to drop. By By using the same breathing techniques that I've learned, I was able to keep my blood oxygen levels normal more than 3 miles above sea level.
We're at 18. I'm still good. Slight hypoxia.
Once we reached our peak altitude, my oxygen level was dropping as well, so I needed to breathe pure O2 to recover. I'll need to improve my technique to prevent hypoxia. There's no footage, there's nothing of someone going up to extreme altitudes using this technique and being perfectly fine. Look at this. To test the hypoxia. He's at 85 O2 levels, mine is 98. When I'm shooting my specials, people always ask me if what I'm doing is real or is it magic. One of the things I often demonstrate to answer them is teaching them how to hold their breath longer than they realize is possible. Some of them even find it relevant to what they do.
Winter's like right around the corner, and learning how to breathe properly, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Hey, Jamie. Yeah!
I know it's gonna benefit me surfing. Even if I can get to like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, I'll be happy.
Before we start, we're gonna do a test. I'm gonna say take a deep breath in, everybody hold. Hold your hand up. Take a deep breath in and hold. The average of human breath holding is about a minute. That was 141. Yeah. Very impressive. This one is good. It's a minute 45. Most people don't realize that they can hold their breath for longer than a minute. And I've taught many people over the years how to hold their breath for 3 to 4 minutes. Don't try that on your own, but... So now I'm gonna explain the process to you. You're gonna take a deep breath in, then we're gonna hold for a second, and then we're gonna exhale for about 10 seconds. It's gonna flush the CO2 out of your bloodstream. You will get numb feelings in your lips, you might get tingling in your fingers. And imagine you're blowing a toy boat over the surface of a pool, and don't do it to the point that you're blacking out, but push it enough. And then a huge breath in and hold. Feel tingly, the air is overflowing, it feels like it's gonna come out, just hold. Just hold it, relax. Recover breath. You purge so hard that you blacked yourself out. Jim.
Just keep recovering. It's like crazy blacked out in front of me before you just blacked out.
I think the last one, when you were doing the purging, we're overdoing it. It's so easy to black out on that. We're gonna do just a few minutes of this recovery breathing, and then we're gonna get in the pool. If we get to 3 minutes and 30 seconds, we've passed Houdini's lifelong record. If we get to 4 minutes, we're at the elite Navy SEAL guys. We're at the very top. Huge breath in. And go under when you're ready. Just get as comfortable as you can. Give me a signal if you're okay. Give me a signal if you're okay. Good. 3 minutes is great. Cover. It's 425. Cover. 3.
Good job, everyone.
Awesome.
Oh, part of it.
You did 445.
Wow.
Jesus, David.
445 is no joke. That's serious for your first time. Like,
So that's completely changed how I surf. Like sometimes before a big drop, I'm just like, well, just in case I don't catch this, and then get the drop, and then like in the wave, I'll exhale.
How was your little blackout in the chair?
I felt like someone put a hat on my head.
You're like, where am I? Or
Yeah, you get lost. Like, I didn't know where I was.
Once we got past Houdini, I was like, well,
Yeah.
we got past the Navy SEALs.
Yeah. Navy SEALs.
I'm happy with this.
Do not do this on your own when nobody's looking, because what happens is now that you have the technique, if you do it to the point that he did when we were practicing, he blacked out from pushing too hard. And if you black out underwater and no one's watching you, shallow water death is very easy. So
Yeah, this just got dark.
no, tomorrow you guys will have like a slight little bit of a headache, but it goes away fast. I completely forgot to say that. But it's a CO2 bullet, but it goes away. I'll teach you how to do it.
Yeah. Awesome. So I actually gave that a little bit of a shot. I wasn't underwater or anything, but I went from like a minute to around 2, which I was pretty proud of.
I'll get you further when we have time.
Amazing.
But
So
the one thing I want to re-emphasize is it is very, very dangerous to do that. So nobody try to do that. When I do it, once again, I have an incredible team around me and I'm supervised and I learn all the skills, so there's no risk of a shallow water death.
And
but
training.
doing it on your couch, I also don't recommend.
I think the training is the most important piece, but I just want to go zoom out for a second. You are going to grab a bunch of balloons, float up into the sunrise over this majestic landscape until you're a tiny dot, and then you're going to let go of the balloons with a parachute on and skydive down to the ground. That is wild. So I just
Sorry to interrupt you guys. We have a perfect weather window we need to take advantage of, so we need to launch no later than 7:45.
So is everything okay?
Everything is okay, but we don't want to push Mother Nature. We've got a great opportunity, so let's take it.
So everything's shifted then?
Everything's shifted, no later than 7:45.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
So
Thanks.
we're going to hurry things along. I can tell the wind is perfectly still, so that's great.
We're good on that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's now time. Like, I mean, I love the cameras. I love you guys all watching, but
Yeah.
it's time to get to work, man. You got to keep going
So
on
you're going to
this.
suit up?
Yeah. So take a minute, go get ready, and then we'll meet you over here 5 minutes, and we'll start gearing up.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
No,
I know you got a show, but we got to get going.
That's the importance of it, and that's why the training matters. And
Make sure.
I just want to talk about that one extra factor. So we talked about hypoxia and how that's a big deal. We talked about the parachuting and the landing, and that's also super important. But temperature is another little one you don't think about too much. When you're floating off into the clouds, not only does the atmosphere get thinner with low oxygen, but it gets way colder. I was told it's about 3.5 degrees Celsius or about 7 degrees Fahrenheit colder for every 1,000 feet you go up. So it's getting real cold up there. Now, I'm from New York, David's from New York, we're used to cold weather hands, but if you're getting your parachute down and putting it on and your hands are too cold, that can be a problem. So you got to get a little bit ready for cold weather too. It's going to be cold. Let's check out how we train for the cold.
hopefully you're not claustrophobic.
I'm going to try to stay in there for as long as I possibly can.
There's a lot of pro athletes that can't do it.
Okay. When you say
meaning
like how
they
long
jump out in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 to 40 seconds they come out.
Now the way this helps in my next stunt is when I'm going up on the balloons, riding all the way up, basically every 1,000 feet you lose 3.5 degrees. On my first jump that I did from 25,000 feet, I had a full face mask on, and the first breath that I took, the whole thing iced over. So my skydive, when I was jumping down, I had to like look through this little hole.
Ice
Yes,
while you're out of a plane.
Ice immediately.
That's crazy.
Me and Jane are gonna take our temperature because once we go in the cryogenic, I want to see if our temperatures drop. So you'll be 98.3.
Good. That's lit.
We had one professional boxer yesterday tap out.
Wow.
So he got knocked out in one round. Wow.
Wow, this is crazy right now.
1, 2, and... You doing okay?
Yep.
Okay.
You're halfway there. He's got 45 seconds left. He's doing great. He's starting to shake.
All right, good job.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. You said that was one level. What's the next level of that?
More intense. More intense.
Just crank it to the highest for me. In the stunt, I do have to learn when I'm going up to these heights how to stay completely coherent. And hypoxia kicks in much quicker when you're in an extreme condition.
How you doing in there, bro?
It's good.
He said it's good.
We'll do 2 in a row. Now it's good.
3. This man, he's trying to go again for 3. You want to go for a 3rd time?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to triple check. He's gonna be in there for 9 minutes. Dude.
This is the longest I think anybody would ever think about doing.
You got about 25 seconds left, bro. I do not know how. That was insane.
Wow, that was good. Let's see if the temperature drops. Look, too low.
It doesn't even give you a proper low. Yo. You did it, bro. Yeah, you're gonna be good.
So I guess one last important bit is, well, we went over the image, right? He's floating up on these balloons. And I love the art of it. Like, it's just a silhouette of a guy floating up over the horizon just with balloons, right? But in order to do that, he doesn't have a parachute on.
Yeah.
And so this was an idea you guys went back and forth about. When does he get it on?
I almost wish I hadn't brought it up. He's like, is there a way? And I'm like, oh, there's always a way to do something. We put a man on the moon, we can figure out how to do this. But
yeah.
Then I was regretting it for quite a while. So we've been practicing putting this parachute on. But for me, it's the most critical portion. Yeah. I mean, he could land and crash land with his parachute out in the bummer area and hurt his ankle, break his leg. Mm-hmm. But if he doesn't get that parachute on and he has to come out of that thing in a hurry, like, there's no options. I mean, that is real. If he doesn't get that on, in my mind, that's the equivalent of not making it.
And so he's pulling the parachute down, he's putting it on. How long does that take?
Yeah, so the fastest we've been able to do it is around 2.5 minutes. So think he's climbing at 500 feet a minute.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start that at roughly 4,000 or 5,000 feet above the ground. Takes that long, he's getting colder, less oxygen. So I'm gonna be hurrying him and pushing him to do what I think is right. But he's the only one up there. You know, once his feet leave the ground, it's on him.
And so then parachute gets on, let's say that goes great.
Yep.
Then you guys got to land. And you guys went up and looked at some sites, and I mean, there's a lot to choose from out here. I'm seeing mesas and desert and stuff like that. How did that go?
So when he got here the other day, I came out, did a site inspection. I was like, oh, we're going to the desert. We're not going to get to go to New York yet, and we're going to be in the desert. It's going to be great. And then I got here, and I started flying around and checking it out.
Yeah.
And David got here a couple days later, and I said, David, do not get in a helicopter. Don't go look till we have time to look at a map and talk about it, because it's really scary. Oh, Luke, it's no problem. And I'm like, man, don't get in the helicopter.
You would know.
He went for a ride and came down, and then it got very real for him.
Yeah.
As real as it's been for me the whole time, that I have all these gnarly spots. And where am I going to land, Luke? I mean, I could land in the beautiful, nice grass, but this is mountains and hills and cliffs. And so we talked him off the fence a little bit. Everything came around, and now he's nervously excited, I think, to make this happen.
Okay. Well, if anyone's good to train him, it's you. You've done how many launches you think you've done?
I got over 20,000 skydives.
So I feel like I'd trust you, but it takes a lot of training, and especially with skydiving, a lot of safety precautions. So that's what you guys have been doing. We got a little piece about how he's gotten better at getting out of a plane.
I'm On the day of ascension, if I have to release from the balloons, I'll need to skydive down to save my life. I want to get as close as possible to 500 jumps so I feel safe landing over almost any area.
Nicely done.
Amazing.
Good job.
I've been learning how to develop a skill that I've never had, and it is the most incredible skill to learn. My first 100 jumps were done with Scott Smith, who's a world champion freestyle skydiver and a great instructor. I repetitiously jumped, sometimes 15 times a day, so I could have complete awareness of everything around me, and then how to land safely in a specific area, which actually turns out to be the hardest part. I landed so far from everything. Like I'm in the middle, if I landed around a bunch of trees, where you're supposed to land is where that little white dot is right there. There's been a couple of really bad landings that I have.
Yeah, oh, no. Oh, and he ate it. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Shut her down all the way. Whoa, 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 stop, stop.
Another time I crashed into a fence and my body flipped over. These are my little wounds. That's got my initials on it right there. I was okay, but it could have been bad. Like another this much and it would have been show's done.
You know, obviously the danger in skydiving is the earth, right? It's coming up at us at a high rate of speed. If you don't do something, you know, it's going to kill you for sure. You know, I've lost friends and it's tough.
In the last 40 years, I've lost over 100 friends skydiving.
I wish I had 100 friends, right? No, the skydiver sense of humor is like that. Sorry.
20 years ago, I was here training for my stunt Vertigo, where I stood on a pillar for 36 hours and had to jump 100 feet into cardboard boxes. And my coach was Pat McGowan, who's in this picture right here. In 2011, somebody collided right into him and he passed away.
Pat, his example is one he did nothing. And those are the ones that stick with me. Yeah. The ones where I can't say, oh, I wouldn't have done that, I would have done this. I mean, it can happen to them. It just sets home, it can happen to anybody.
During the stunt, I'll have no idea where the winds are going to take me, so I need to learn how to get to a spot where I can land safely with my parachute.
Money!
That's why I reached out to Luke Akins, the man who jumped from 25,000 feet out of an airplane with no parachute and landed in a small net. There's no one that I would trust more than Luke to teach me how to navigate through the sky and land safely, clear of buildings and power lines and any other dangerous obstacle.
Yeah, buddy. My goal is to get him so that anywhere he drops, he can land. So in order to do that, you have to track your body through the air.
Tracking is a way of trying to get to a specific location much faster. Basically, you're flying. Luke has been teaching me how to track. And when you track, you fly really fast, and it feels so good. It's like you're cutting through the air, and it's so amazing. This is the most exciting project that I've ever worked on. Learning to skydive from some of the best coaches in the world has been unlike anything I could have ever imagined.
Yeah, it's great.
I love skydiving, and being able to do this over and over and actually learn it is amazing. I have a better understanding of the challenges I'll face for Ascension. And with all of the preparation that we've done, I feel that I can actually enjoy this one for the first time. The feeling of flying a balloon, it's like floating. And the feeling of jumping out of a plane, it's like flying. So between floating and flying, these are the two things that I've always dreamed of as a kid. Putting this together, it surpasses any of my dreams.
All right, status update time. Welcome back, Jim.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How's the cluster doing?
It's doing really good. All the balloons are attached now. The cameras are installed. They're focused. They've been tested. We've weighed off the cluster. We've made sure we have the uplift that we're expecting. So we're in the final stages here for sure.
It's incredible. And basically all you have to do is get David out. I mean, he's putting his harness and everything on now. And once he's attached to it, he's ready to lift off, basically?
That's it. We're going to do a little bit of final adjustment with Bert, make sure that we're going to go out at the speed we want to initially, and then that's it. Then the helium wins.
Nice. I got a bunch of YouTube questions. There's some chat going, and we got some curious questions from people about what's going on. First of all, how many balloons? I'm looking at this thing. It's like 30 feet tall, something like that?
It's closer to 50 feet tall.
50 feet tall.
And there's 52 balloons.
52 cars?
Yeah, that may have something to do with it.
I like that. And the balloons have helium in them. How much, if you just let those go, how much lift? I guess that's a math question. How many pounds of lift is 50 helium balloons right now?
Yeah, so an 8-foot balloon gives us about 15 pounds of uplift. Most of this is an 8-foot diameter balloon. We also have 5.5 and 4-foot diameter balloons, and the smaller the balloon, the less the lift, the more we can dial it in.
Gotcha. And when you're popping balloons, are you only popping small ones or big ones?
We're only popping big ones, actually, so those are for big adjustment.
Gotcha. Will you be able to speak to David in the air?
I will not, which I think David will be thrilled about. Luke, however, will have a direct line with him, and I think Dessa will as well.
Okay, oh, that's awesome. Where does this go when it's done? So we have obviously established we have controls. I like that there's a plane. Here's a quick anecdote. Anytime I'm on camera, worst possible noise conditions. I just bring the noise with me. But we'll sit in the airfield, it's fine. But once this thing is jumped from, it gets brought down, I guess, somewhere in the desert. Is there a location?
Correct. So the flight team will be watching its flight pattern, and will be the same as David needs to find a landing spot. They're going to find a safe landing spot for this, start venting balloons to get it to be negatively buoyant, so it starts coming down. And as it gets to the ground, they're going to dump some remote ballast to slow its descent rate so it just touches down gently, and then we have a recovery team to go pick it up.
Do you already know how many balloons you have to pop to recover it?
Well, it's going to depend on the flight and what we have to do to keep David's speed correct and all that kind of stuff, but those guys are excellent at thinking on the spot and with situational awareness and making the right decision.
Gotcha. Sometimes those balloons actually sort of splay out a little bit. Like when I was looking at my 8-mile-an-hour wind day, when I wanted to go up there and feel it, but I didn't, they kind of just like spread out a lot, and that seemed like either really good or really bad for catching a lot of wind.
So the wind comes through and everything goes wild.
Here's maybe a little weird question. What if a balloon pops unintentionally? Like in some testing, it's happened before one of the balloons has popped.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's going on then?
That's why we have ballast, right? So David's got a couple of bags on him that he can work with, and then we also have remote deployable ballast inside the payload. So if the balloon pops and that affects our lift and our speed, the flight team can drop a little bit of sand to get us to be positively buoyant again.
Like it. How much helium would you say is in all 52 balloons?
Well, we got that 18-wheeler full of helium over there, and we've been doing a real good job this week of sending them home empty.
So that's hundreds, thousands of gallons of helium?
It's measured in cubic feet, and it's a whole lot.
Nice. That's amazing. I mean, there's a lot of curious questions from the YouTube audience, I'm sure, but I think generally it's more just about like, will it all come together? There's so much tech, so much, preparation that's gone into it, so much teamwork. The weather, I'm gonna just say, I don't want to jinx it, but it looks pretty amazing right now. I don't feel any wind, and this is a majestic sight, so I'm happy. I think this looks good.
It's going to be great. As we've been saying on this project, it's not a question of if it will happen, it's a question of what we're going to go through to make it happen. And because we did it together, here we are, and we're ready to go.
Okay. You want to walk up here and check out any of it?
Absolutely, we sure can.
Okay. So these are the cameras right here that are going to be facing David as he's in the air?
Correct, yeah, and they're pretty wide, so we should be able to see pretty much his whole self while he's hanging there. So this will give us a real idea of what he's looking at around there.
Yeah, his perspective, his like, it's probably just going to be a lot of blue sky, but some
yeah,
desert.
well, hopefully some of this beautiful background too below him, at least in the beginning.
Okay.
And then over here we've got David's oxygen hanging here for later in the flight to avoid the hypoxia.
Yeah.
And then this is how the lower part of the cluster has come together.
I don't think I've asked you what the balloons are made of yet.
Latex.
Okay. Is that biodegradable? Like when it lands, if you pop a balloon, that's
just like weather balloons, they're designed to not affect the environment.
Awesome. How many of them do you like see in other weather like apparatus? You think
Normally
latex...
weather balloons are just one really long big balloon.
Right.
Because the aesthetic is not as important. It's very utilitarian.
Clusters like this aren't a very popular ballooning mechanism, I guess.
For sure, right? Well, there's a lot of points of failure here, right? Every balloon is a single point of failure.
Got it. I love the. Do you have a favorite color balloon? I have a favorite color.
Oh, what's your favorite color balloon?
I'm gonna say this blue one right here.
It's a good blue. It's a good rigor blue. We like the blue ones. There's a lot of red in here. The yellow ones also, that matches the payload. We like those ones too.
Yeah.
So the planet's about to take off now. That's the King Air.
Yeah.
That one goes up, and it's an RF platform, meaning it sends these radio signals. It circles around David at about 5 miles and sends all these signals back down to us. So that's what's about to fly off. I just want to see if it affects the balloons as he takes off at all.
Yeah, let's hop down for a sec. I think that's kind of wild that this entire project, there's so much tech that I've seen that I haven't even mentioned. Like, he mentioned the plane that's going up. It's got all sorts of antennas in it. It's beaming information down, making sure connections are secure, making sure this connection is secure. And then Art also mentioned the military channels that are used to communicate with the squibs that are encoded, so nobody who gets the radio signals can ever pop one just by getting in. There's so much that goes into this, so I'm glad it's coming
It's all
together.
about redundancy, right? It's about making sure no one thing can take us down and put David in danger.
Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go back over into the hangar and see what's going on.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My guys is walking to David right now.
Yeah.
We got to do his patch antennas before that goes on his belly and the cables. We got to do all that first.
Morning, Lucas.
Morning, David.
Morning, man.
I got to get on your side here. Yep.
How much time do we have?
Here, where are we at?
How much time do we have till launch?
Running a little behind.
Is that too tight on you?
No.
I got that for the antenna.
I mean, you got like 10 minutes or so.
How much
Takes
time
about
till
20.
launch?
To launch, we have 30 minutes, 35.
Okay.
Sorry, we have 40 minutes. I was robbing you.
Okay.
Looks good. Wind's perfect. Don's just launching a pieball out there just to watch it go up, a little big balloon. See where the track goes. Landing area looks the same. Everything looks good on all that.
Okay.
Right now, they're putting on batteries.
Yeah.
Leg radio. Are you guys looking for the VHF radio?
No, we're looking for the...
This one?
No, we got the...
Okay. Yeah, everything's looking really good out there.
Okay.
This is the crazy part, right? We always knew this was going to be the busy with everybody watching and checking it out.
And the camera's going to hang down still.
I thought we had decided we were hooking it in yesterday.
Yeah, hooked in. But then I'm going to
I thought we
fold
put
it.
it folded down.
Yeah, straight down. Perfect.
Perfect. So then, shoot, we won't be able to attack the vest low because he's got the camera folded down low.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know.
I can get the upper two picks, though,
Yep,
right?
get the upper two picks and leave the bottom there. So when you're jumping, you got the cool sweatshirt on and stuff. We want to make sure one of our checks is that our pockets are zipped up.
Come back here and just shoot these. Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep going. So that the pockets are zipped up. Yeah. Because we don't want handles going in, that's on us. But when you're in free fall, Worst thing would be that this sweatshirt comes undone, right?
Yep.
So then if you have to use your handles, make sure you clear the sweatshirt.
Yep.
All good. Radio. So left leg is a radio. That lets me communicate to David when he's up in the air. The right leg is a battery pack that powers this whole vest that not only does the image, but also transmits the image. And he wears this vest and it actually gets warm on your back. I wore it the other day and David said it got warm, but he was underplaying it. It was hot. Like, I mean, it was super hot.
Yeah, anytime you have this much,
We won't have that issue.
It'll be a warmer. He doesn't need a heat vest today.
That's true. You go up in cold because you got all that tech on your back. Also, my favorite anecdote, I just want to bring it up because I don't think anyone's mentioned it yet. He's got two main antennas. One of them is in his boot.
Yeah.
One of them is going to be on his chest. And they're going to switch based on an accelerometer. So as he's riding the balloons up, the closest antenna communicating with the ground is in the shoe. And then as he skydives, the closest antenna is going to be in his chest and it'll switch.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew there were two antennas. I thought they worked at the same time.
They're going to just switch dynamically based on which one's closer to the ground. The better signal changes as soon as he leaves.
What happens
the
if he's
airplane.
tumbling?
That's a great question for probably the engineers. Maybe it'll keep switching, but it'll probably.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. I mean,
Yeah,
I tried to lighten the mood a little bit, but it's getting real now.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you guys are ready for. You see how many people it takes. It takes a village here, right?
That's the teamwork of it.
Yeah. And then David has specific wants and images that he would like.
Yeah.
But then we have stuff that's required for safety, right? We're not going to let him go up. He asked me at one point, do you think I can hang from there to 25,000 feet just holding on? And I was like,
Nah, probably not. But that's the David Blaine part of it,
Right.
is as much as you can make it that magical, like, surreal look, the better.
Right.
And I think it's already incredible that, like, this is a 50-foot cluster of balloons, and what kid hasn't thought about, like, just latching onto them and floating away, you know?
Very first time I saw the balloons, I went to Tate's facility in Pennsylvania. And we walked out there and they had the balloons going and it was all inflated. Perfect morning.
Yeah.
And we hooked David up and his feet got off the ground maybe 2 inches. And he giggled like a little kid.
Yeah.
And it was such a funny, you remember that, David? So cool. He giggled and then he looked at me and Luke, you're going to be so jealous on this. That was like.
That was when I had a tether on. Wait till
I know.
You let go.
Yeah. So that part looks really fun and engaging and exciting. Like when you're low, it's great. But as he starts to look through his feet and we start to gain altitude, I think then it becomes a lot more real.
Yeah.
With all this stuff, you know, the legs and the whole harnessing system and all that. Somebody here, I heard them say to him, well, you're used to being uncomfortable, all your stunts. And he said, those are uncomfortable by choice, not equipment. So he definitely is trying to be as comfortable as he can, but there's no way you can hang around for an hour and be like standing here on the ground.
Yeah. So I'll just reestablish exactly where we're at right now. I know how YouTube works. People are just tuning in at the climax, right? So David's going to go up, and you've all maybe seen up or you've seen the huge cluster of balloons by now. The plan is to have him unhooked from the ground, connected to a ton of helium-filled balloons. He's going to go floating up into the sky over this beautiful desert landscape of Page, Arizona, into the sunrise. And he's going to just keep going up and up and up until he's like a little dot in the sky. I don't know if you've ever seen skydivers from the ground. It's just a dot. There's a classic Marquez moment, just a lot of noise happening. So that's the last part. He gets up, he brings a parachute down onto him, puts it on, jumps from the balloons, skydives to the ground, lands, and hopefully all goes well. Now there's a whole bunch of safety and tech responsible for making this happen. There's the weather team we talked to. Winds are looking pretty good, I think. We've got all the communication from the payload inside the balloons that's going to be talking to his radios, the camera signal, so when he goes up there, we can still see him and his view. I mean, there's a ton of tech happening. He's wearing batteries right now to power all this stuff and a vest covered in tech. So I think the whole thing, so far, so good. And yeah, that's where we're at right now.
So when we're looking at the LZs.
Looking at places to land.
This is where we talked about for the landing. It looks like your trajectory is going to be in this green area here. Remember, you have high tension power lines, right? I mean, those will kill you. You cannot land in those.
Oh, wait, so hold on. So what am I looking for?
So what you're looking at right here is this is the airport.
This is where I'm trying to land?
This is the airport.
Right.
The green is your flight path.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
going to carry you along. Where it turns to white,
Yeah.
that's where we should reach 25,000
Okay.
feet. I mean, this is best guess. Dawn's amazing, but there's so many variables.
So where's the
So the LZ's right here. It's straight back towards the airport for a reference.
But what am I looking for from when I'm up there?
So when you're up there, the
When I'm
city.
at 10,000
You'll see the city out there.
Okay.
When you're looking down.
Hold on, but wait. Go back up. So if the city is here.
City's here.
Okay, so the city's
City's
here.
here.
Where's it? Is that the? Where are the three?
This is the three
things?
towers.
Right here.
Yep, those are the three towers.
Okay, so hold on. So if I see this, that's where we are basically.
That's where we're taking off right now.
Okay, and if I see this, it's on my right.
Correct.
And I'm not going to see this anywhere else, right?
Right. That's the only
Nothing
as far
similar.
out. Nothing even
got
remotely
it.
close.
Okay, so I'm looking for this on my left, this on my right.
Correct.
Okay, then what am I looking for once I come down?
So there's a beautiful road. There's one road that runs underneath. It's a paved road, very obvious. A little S-turn. These water ponds here, they're irrigation ponds. They stand out terrific.
And there's no power line or anything
Nope,
near that?
but this is what you're looking for a reference point. Okay, that's easy to find, easy to see. Then you're going to go towards the airport.
Right.
Still on your path towards the airport.
Okay, but wait, I'm going towards the airport or in this direction?
In this direction.
Or towards the airport?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
But
this is north. You're headed northbound.
Okay,
You're
so
headed
directly towards the airport.
towards the
mostly.
airport. Yep.
Okay.
And then you're going to look out here. There's this big flat mesa. This stands out really good. These water ponds stand out great. So you're
when I
headed towards
see
the water
these,
ponds.
Right.
Towards the water ponds and the airport. Water ponds, airport, your landing zone.
But where is the landing zone?
Right here.
Where? Right there?
Right there. So this is that road.
But is it here or is it
No,
here?
it's this green. Everything that's green here is beautiful.
But
that's what we've looked at on the map.
So can I see it without the green or is that not possible?
I can see with anything here. So here is roughly a spot that I've looked at.
That's crazy.
I've looked at here.
Okay.
It's very obvious, this edge. And you have the road.
A sip of water, by the way.
Yeah.
This is where it gets real, huh?
Yeah, it gets real for sure. So remember, this changes every day. We've looked at all these areas, but today it looks perfect. It couldn't be better. Your only obstacle on that whole flat, you jump off the balloons, you head towards the airport. Once you have the airport, like you're headed that direction, you're looking for those two little water ponds, right? You see those little water ponds?
And then it's in front of them?
It's really close. Yeah, it's in front of them.
Okay.
Exactly. It's in front of them.
Okay.
And the landing zone, this is one that we picked.
I'm also the worst person with directions.
I know, that's why I'm
Anybody I know.
trying to give you a better
Which is why
reference. So this should be very, very easy to see.
Okay.
This is what I'm hoping. And it looks right now that that's your best landing spot. But besides that, you're going to pick any of the little ravines, the sand ravines we've looked at out there.
Okay.
If you ended up in an emergency situation, you're just going to pick a nice sandy ravine and try to not land on like a paved road or anything like that, because that's where the power lines are going to be, right?
Yep.
Our eyes are open. I should be able to talk to you, but no comms could happen.
Yep.
I mean, then it gets sketch. So
Okay.
you're going to exit. We'll look at it one more time out there. I'll let you finish getting ready, but I just wanted to give you a current briefing on where we're at.
Okay. We'll look at that again.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right, so
Luke, are you also going to do Luke?
Yeah.
You and Stan are also doing a complete eyeball multiple
100%.
times.
We checked everything so far.
Right now is a good time. You know,
feel these?
to feel these. Feel it.
Oh, wow.
Like where they are.
Wow. You made.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shuby.
So what's going to happen is it's going to come under there, and the tab's going to be under it. Make sure you get this bigger tab. Loose end of the rope.
Hook up the leg stirrups. Oh, but we're going to got it.
But yeah, just feel those and get a good idea of where they're at and what they feel like in your hand.
Okay. Yep.
And then, you know what I mean?
This is good.
Yep.
This is great, Shuby. That's awesome. When did you think of that? This morning? So perfect. So I find these, then it means I get to here and lift this thing up.
Lift by this.
Okay.
Lift by this.
Just pick these up.
And then go underneath, and you can just grab the small
Okay,
ones.
perfect.
Okay, next.
Should I sit for this?
Yeah, sit down, David. I'm gonna double check everything.
Yeah, okay.
Great.
That's good, that's good, that's good. All right, have a seat.
Okay.
Oof. All right.
Lawrence, you have all altimeters?
Right foot.
gonna do these loose for now. And all of his altimeter comes through.
Yeah. What time is it?
MSL, so it's 40.
Okay. Give me a countdown. So give me like 30 minutes till launch.
MSL and AQ. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep these. So,
Scott, you're gonna find me.
I will.
Okay. What color? Red or what color?
You're gonna see some white.
Okay. Okay, great.
It burns the whole time.
Yep. So white, orange, red.
It's
Okay.
getting real. Everybody, you could feel it just amped up a lot. Right? As soon as he came over here to get ready, the intensity had picked up. I expected that. David starts questioning landing, where we're looking. I'm bad at directions. You know, it's common. There's a lot going on here, and then the whole world's watching him at the same time. So you have that. I noticed that last time that he was able to ignore the cameras, and we got into the meat of what he needs to do to be okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the landing areas. We're going to talk about him again. They're gearing him up. Safety check-in. I got Stan over there, Scott Smith. Everybody's keeping an eye. Everyone has their jobs.
Yeah.
My job is just to make sure that the whole team is doing what they need to do, and then double check it. But it's getting real right now.
Yeah. And you're talking about altimeters too, just making sure they're all zeroed out right now?
He wants to wear a whole bunch of altimeters.
Right.
We're up here at Page, Arizona.
Yeah.
We're 4,200 feet above the ocean.
Sea level.
Sea level.
Okay.
Aviation cares about sea level. Everything you hear talks about sea level, mountain heights, all that.
Yeah.
Skydivers only care about ground level. Right. So we call that AGL, above ground level.
Okay.
So I only want him to know his altitude above the ground.
Makes sense.
He would like to have both.
Yeah, but
because
I
he
need
wants
to
to know.
both for hypoxia. And
Yeah, so like there, he's worried about the hypoxia part, but I'm like, let me help you with that.
Yeah.
I'm worried that he would
Also
see the
explain
different
how
altimeters.
here the terrain is all different, so there's no ground. It's not like what I've been practicing where everything is level. It doesn't
So
exist.
my
So
worry is if he
so
opens
the ground
too high-
level is inaccurate no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, there's a lot back and forth, you know?
Right.
He has opinions, I have opinions, every single one of us, but I think that we're on the right page, so he has MSL, and then he has AGL.
Is there anything else I need?
Hopefully, yeah. And I keep looking out at the landscape, and I see like these huge mesas, I guess is what they're called, and all these landscape features. So
I actually prefer, if he ended up in an emergency situation, to land on the top of one of those. You know, there's no houses, fence, power lines. There's nothing up there.
Yeah.
We'll figure out how to get him down later.
Right.
I would choose one of those if I ended up in a bad spot.
Gotcha. And we also didn't even mention the helicopter, which is, in addition to the plane that's going around at a high altitude, we have a camera on a helicopter that's at sort of a middle altitude that's going to be tracking him, but also has a lot of communication as he's on the way up. So he passes the helicopter's max altitude and then starts talking with the plane and then comes back down.
Correct. And the helicopter is going to get amazing shots. It serves two purposes. Captures these beautiful images, but also has safety and eyes on him all the time.
Yeah.
So if we lost comms, we have community to communicate. And the helicopter pilot, Aaron Fitzgerald, longtime friend of mine, he's one of the few guys I trust to get in there tight. And not affect the balloons, but get great shots. But it's almost uncomfortable how close he gets. You can see the white of his eyes in there.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's another top piece of that team is getting the helicopter in the right spot.
There's so many moving parts.
Yeah.
And I expect, between us, I expect it to get even a little more intense as we get closer to go.
Okay.
Left pocket.
It's not me. It's your buddy.
Yeah, here now.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Let's just come loose with it for a second.
Come loose, David.
Come loose?
Yeah, just for a second.
Okay, oh, to balance it?
There, I got it. Okay, now tighten it up. Tighten it back up.
Coming in here. Tighten it back up.
Yeah, I can make it tighter. That's
I got a pick for you right here, though, so
yeah, I can
You want to push it in?
Yeah, you put that same one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this one?
Yeah, push that baby in there. I'll put the...
What, this has to go over the ear, though, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, yeah. So not to add more pressure, but Dawn says we definitely keep moving.
And we are.
All right.
What's our time?
I know you guys need it. Our time is as soon as you're ready.
Really?
Yep.
What time is it now?
Right now it's 7:20. We'd like to, we got a lot of stuff to do still out there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go check the parachutes, everything safety-wise. And then as soon as you guys are ready and comfortable, let's get moving.
Okay, I think this is in noodles. Is that fine?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me just put this in.
Think it's fine?
It will be.
Stan, I don't know where you want that.
I'll put a little piece of
Got it.
So this came up, and then we just hooked it to this, because it keeps it out of your face more.
And so...
And this is tucked in, you're ready to go. This is tight, this is tight, this is tight.
Yeah.
Safety is through and good.
Open it later.
That's tight.
That's tight.
Yep.
So you're good on a standpoint.
What's this score?
Now this shirt goes over everything.
Keep going. What's this here?
Should I check? Go up?
That's just
noodles?
Yeah.
Just the thing is in the way, the IFB thing, right? So you gotta take it out.
He's moving it.
That's all right. Where's it in the way?
Just take it out. I think we'll put it back in, right? Take it out and we'll put it back in.
We've got another side up. We've got to take it here out.
Just take it out, yeah, and we'll put it back in. We'll switch, we'll get this out in a second. Hold on.
Perfect.
Now we're ready
Do
for
we need
the
to check
shirt.
length? Or length first, or no? Of this, do we need to check length at all?
It's the same length.
Perfect, so we're all good there?
It's all been the same,
Okay.
yeah. It's all been the same.
Yes, it is. Luke, yeah.
I'll just button up the...
Arm up one more time, Diddy.
You gotta test his length.
Where is... Yeah.
He's got it right
Yeah,
there.
you got that?
Ready to go.
So,
You can hear that fire?
sure
Is that
plan.
good for you?
Hear what?
This. You can hear that?
Yeah.
That's your backup.
So
I just wanted to make sure.
McLean, we're gonna walk him
Turn
as
it up
far
anyway. Can you turn it more?
as possible.
So as loud as it goes? Yeah, as loud as possible is good. Left arm or right arm? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
And as you go over the top.
Hey David, we're still doing with the weather. We just let a pie bulb up. It was really calm for the first 2,000 feet, so
Okay.
we're still good on timing
We're good?
right now. We're good.
You're sure?
We're sure. We don't want to go any longer than we need to, but right now everything is a go with the weather.
Okay.
And then we got it.
Hey Don, what's the, let me talk to you. What is the latest time you think you want to have them go up? Because right now we're looking pretty good on time.
Yeah, right now we're looking pretty good on time. The weather's holding. We have a really stable, thick column of calm winds. In fact, I just let a pieball balloon go.
Yeah.
And for the first 1,000 feet, the balloon barely moved. It just went straight up, which is exactly what we want to see.
Just like a little test balloon.
Just a little test balloon. But as the ground warms up, we're at an airport location with all this asphalt and concrete.
Right.
That's going to start to warm up the air, and the air is going to want to start to move. So the later we go in the morning, the more the winds could pick up. But right now, we're right on exactly where we want to be on terms of timing, and I think the winds will hold.
Okay. What happens if we do need extra time and we're after the window we want?
Okay, so we're in that situation where we hope Mother Nature cooperates.
Yeah.
And these nice calm winds stay manageable. Again, I'll bring back that 5 miles per hour wind.
Right.
So as long as we stay under that 5 miles per hour, everything is manageable. We can have David have a safe launch, safe ascent, safe landing. We start getting about 5 or 6 miles an hour, that's when we're going to be concerned.
Right. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Sure, I can pull these.
When you guys walk David out, we're gonna walk him as far east on the asphalt as we can go.
Yeah, just do it one time and then
East
grab
down towards the plateau.
The one thing that may happen is get a feel of what this feels like. Because if you grab this one, then you're going to pull and pull and pull. But you have to grab this one.
This is huge. No,
We're just practicing
this is
the loop.
That's perfect. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Should I sit again?
Well, these guys are still working on you back there.
Yep, we're almost done, but we gotta get his shoe on before we power. Yep.
Okay, so let's...
The shoes?
Yeah, do you want to sit down, David, to do that?
Sit down. Hang on.
And wait, these have to come off first? Hold on.
I got this.
David, this is Al Verman.
Okay, go ahead and put the shoe on.
Yeah, that's not what I did. I put it on cars like this. Go. Is this helpful?
No, I need the cutter as well, but we'll get that one.
You're going to get that on the deck from McLean. He's going to put that in your pocket.
Yeah, a little bit.
You hear me?
I hear you because you're here. We've been playing with these things. What's going on, Luke? Hold on. I hear it's low. Hold on. Wait. Oh, okay, I'm in. Talk again. I heard you say it's low. I got you in my left ear now, but I have two things. I have a right and a left. So I don't. You're in my left, but it's quiet. Yeah, I hear you in my right now.
I'll talk like this.
Yeah.
Tell him they haven't powered the vest yet. And I can't do that until he stands up.
All right, we got a couple more stuff going on right now. They're putting on the vest, powering it up with all the antennas and radios, and getting the boot on, which has the antenna that we talked about. I'll go through a couple more YouTube questions, and I'm going to do my best to see if I can answer them based on the time I've spent around these experts, and we'll see how it goes. I might have to call one of them over. So, we went over where the balloons go. What's the maximum height you will get to? I think that might be a question for Luke, but we're looking at over 10,000, 15,000 feet. Again, he's trying to be a dot in the sky. So it's pretty high. Again, anytime I talk to camera, what are some of the variable things that can change while David is up in the air that we're looking for? So basically, Don's in charge of weather, and he's always going to have an eye on what winds are doing at different heights. So as he ascends into different wind bands, that's the thing that can change. Wind can pick up, and we can't see it until he gets to it.
Looking good, man. So they just have to turn this radio on and then...
how will he detach from the balloons? So he's got a series of hooks, but he's hanging on and he's attached to the balloons. When he gets the parachute down and attaches that, then he's got a special sequence of instructions to unhook and just basically let go of the balloons, which is kind of wild, but that's what I've seen. What are the main challenges of parachuting? I've never parachuted, but I'm going to guess it's landing. I'm going to guess it's coming down, picking your spot. And we have Luke, who's done, I think he said 20,000 jumps, which is amazing. So he comes down super fast, picks a spot, and just hits it. But from what I hear, as you're coming down, you sort of lock your eyes on a spot on the horizon, and you have a couple of rules of thumb to try to hit that spot. You don't want to come down too steep or too shallow, just as you land. We've seen a lot of good landings on YouTube, and you can watch those, but generally, I think it's the landing. What will happen if some balloons pop? Someone wants to know. So there is always that risk, and I think the number one thing we have is the control center, which can counteract that by dropping weight. So they can already decide to pop a balloon if they want him to rise slower or descend. If a balloon pops by accident and they starts to go down, they can drop some of that weight, which they call ballast, and he'll start to even out and go back up. So that's my understanding. I don't think they'll pop by accident, at least I hope not. Maybe one more. How close is the chopper to David? Whew, great question. It looks really close. And we've done like test runs flying the helicopter around, and they've got that sweet camera on the front. By the way, the red camera in there, it's got a sweet long lens. And they get pretty close, and you'll see when he gets up there how close the helicopter gets. Getting the last couple layers on, he's got this camera that can either twist around to face him or face his view, like the ground. And there's also going to be cameras up in the balloons that face him from super far away. So we'll have a pretty good view as he's actually rising up attached to those balloons of what he's seeing and how high he gets and how close that helicopter is.
Do you have a picture?
Time.
Hey, Noodles, do you have a picture?
I'm not sure what that means. You can do it, man. I shouldn't have that leaf out.
Yeah, I got this now.
So,
They did what? Yep.
So we've already double-checked the whole harness, everything that's all the way up.
And we're going to check it on there as well.
Yeah, I'm talking about everything that's covered up right now. We've double-checked,
This goes
and it's
above
good.
this thing, right?
Okay.
So it'll be flopping when I jump.
Now we were gonna attack this, or
No, this is good. Everything's good.
So just leave it like
I
that.
just speak like this, right? Hello, where's the button?
That's it. You hear it clicking?
That's it.
That's the button.
Hello, can you hear me?
That's the. I don't have that radio on.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. This is the aviation radio.
Yeah, but this is my backup.
Yeah, that was the backup. This is the one.
Yeah.
This is the one you're talking to.
So this is here.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be zipped all the way.
Okay.
We should tack this here too.
Oh, it's because the thing's over the camera, that's why.
Watch your neck hole.
Yeah, but they just vested in, so it's covering the lens.
It'll come out when
Yep,
I go
yep,
up.
yep, yep.
As soon as parachutes on, it goes on.
I'm just telling you not to worry. Yes, it's going to come out.
Just
but now
knock
it's
that
covered,
off,
so
Stan.
you should see black and
This shows all down there inside of that.
Okay, that's it.
You're hearing nothing from me, huh?
No.
He's not hearing you.
I don't hear Luke at all. I don't hear Luke at all.
Yeah, hey, he can't hear me because I'm...
Should I take the other one out, the one that's for the show?
No, just leave it for right this second, because that's the only way we can talk to you right this second.
Let me go in the shade for a
Okay, you get in the shade. I'm gonna go up in.
Yeah, get him in the shade here.
We're good?
We're good. You're all good.
Thank
All
you.
we're waiting on is that radio to work.
I'm gonna go help folks.
Hey, we gonna wait on him? Yep.
Can I
David,
hear
just
something?
stand here real quick.
Let's get on the scale real quick.
Yep.
Sabrina?
David, how do you hear this radio?
I hear that loud and
That's
clear.
your. That's the backup radio. That's this one. That's the
Okay.
one. 6.5.
Thank you, sir.
Bert, so are we skipping the handoff? I just give a kiss and go? I just give a kiss and go?
Yeah,
I'm saying I don't have something to hand off though, right?
I'm going to give you a 5-pound bag, unfortunately.
I wonder if we can just put it.
They just weighed you. That means we're pretty close. They got the exact calibration for everything going. How do you feel right now?
Yeah, now it's starting to get crazy.
It's coming together, yeah.
Now it's starting to become real. Yeah.
You feel like this pre-show thing feels different from other stuff you've done?
Yeah, I've never done anything like this in my life by far. If you take every single thing that every endurance thing, every stunt, add all of those together, combine those, this thing feels...
I think we're minutes away.
You know what it is? It's normally I feel like I have control over everything. This one, I have no control of anything.
We're going to have everyone
I will though
available to help to make it go as great as possible. But I'm going to get out of your way now, and
crazy.
I think we'll have the launch pretty soon.
Thank you, Marquez.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marquez, this one feels crazy.
Feels crazy?
Yeah.
Looks crazy.
Yeah. Feel good, Drew?
Yeah, I feel really good.
Should I tighten these just to... Okay, so these things are going to be here. Okay, so once it's under here, then I'm here.
You go to the small ones, and those are the ones that we'll do that on the deck, though.
Yeah, but just a little bit. So.
Yeah.
So, hey, noodles? Yeah, right here.
Okay, so to get to these, I lift this thing up.
And I want to make sure it wasn't...
I get this. Okay, this...
Once you want them off, I don't care.
Yep.
If they fly right through. I could care less.
Hey, David, this is Luke. You got me?
Yeah, I hear you, Luke. I hear you in both ears now.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Take the little one to the TV out here, just the one you're going to jump with.
Perfect. Could I have a small sip of water, maybe? I feel good. That sounds good. Oh, yeah, we need those.
Okay,
Hold on.
Nathan. Yeah, he heard me out.
Let me put both altimeters.
Right now in my ear, but
I'm going to put the altimeters on.
Yeah, underneath.
good?
Yeah, underneath the
Underneath the jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, it's loud, which is good. Yeah. Okay, this one I'll put right here.
Yep.
Right?
Wasn't he gonna hold a balloon?
And then this one I'm going to put above it. Just, it can't hurt. No?
Yeah, it can't hurt it unless you catch it on your arm as you're trying to reach back to put that through the rig, and the rig catches, which is what's going to happen. You know, I don't want to do too much on your wrist. You know what I mean? When you put your right arm through, and then you put your left arm, you reach it back like this, and you're trying to hook it, just be conscious that this could hook on it.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. I'll keep it under my sleeve.
Yeah, that's great. Just to confirm it.
So this one I could keep in my pocket or something?
If you think the other one's not working, sure.
In your pocket.
Okay.
And it's just in case you think the other one's not working.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey, let's say
Perfect.
let's say all the altimeters didn't work. You're in free fall.
Okay.
What are you going to do? You're just in
eyeball
free
it,
fall.
open at 12.5.
Eyeballing it, open high.
Estimate high.
Perfect. I love it. So one more look. This is about what I expect you to see when you open.
Okay.
You're looking back.
Yep.
See the city? The city stands out.
Okay.
And the towers.
Okay.
The city, the towers. This is about you open. And your head, and you see these palms?
So I'm trying to land where?
Right where this thing is.
Here?
Yep.
So for some reason I'm here, I'm still going towards these, this way, away?
Yep.
But if I see this and this, I'm probably good.
You're great. Yeah, you'll see this tower, this little pond right here, and you're landing right up on the rise. See that? That's about you flying in.
Okay.
Just like that.
Yep.
Right in, set a pattern, and land.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the plan.
Good to
Don't
go.
overthink it.
Yep.
Just, you got the skills,
Yep.
just make it happen.
We have 10 minutes to launch, don't we?
Do you have the pulse ox with you?
I have it in my
You
pocket.
have the pulse ox?
Yep.
Same
Have it
pocket
in
you
my
just put the altimeter in?
Yes. Yep.
Let's switch that so you only have to fumble with one thing. What about gloves?
Gloves? Left
have
one's
that.
in his left pocket,
Gloves,
right in
okay.
the right.
Yeah, put that in there.
Okay.
Is that to hear us?
Yep. So you can talk to me and I'll tell you everything is great.
In here?
All right. So you guys confident with what's going on?
I'll give you something.
Okay, so you guys hang out here. Everybody else, give them a minute.
We're ready.
You guys good?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys hang out for a second. I'll call you out there, stay in the shade,
Okay.
and we're getting close.
Yep.
Let's get ready to do this. Get ready. Yeah, everybody out there's ready? Yeah.
All right, buddy. Make sure you cinch up your glasses.
Good call. Do that. Not too tight because the thing will pull out because they're loose.
How's that?
I think that's great. Maybe a little more.
Didn't you have to
Yeah, that's
hold
it.
a
Right
balloon?
there. Yeah. Oh, and I need a balloon. That's right.
Yeah, do you want me to get you one?
I need one balloon.
The orange?
in the back.
Do you want the orange right there?
Grace, could I have a balloon to hold with Dessa?
The orange, maybe.
No, or that little blue one, Dessa.
Oh, yeah, little blue one.
Or the, yeah.
So David, the only thing,
Yeah.
when you grab that line for the parachute,
Yep.
you hold on to that line and
Don't let go of it.
yeah, because if anything, if it
Okay.
goes, you have to hold on to it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So just be conscious
Yep.
of like when you pull it down, you've got to
Yep.
grip every single stroke all
Okay.
the way down.
Okay.
Yep. And we'll remind you, but that's
He's been doing that.
yeah.
Yep. Any other notes?
That's it. Just
But you'll be in my ear as
Yeah,
well.
for sure.
Okay.
We'll just wait till Lynn calls us.
Announcement.
Yeah,
Here you go, David.
For me?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, perfect. Here, wait. Switch sides. I forgot. Love you.
But see you like in how many?
We're walking up together.
Yeah, but like after how
Right
many
away.
hours?
Oh, like an hour.
And then you like
Staying with us, Bruce?
shoot. Oh, you know people don't have electricity and water. Yeah, but he has now. Love you.
Oh, what are you right?
We should go soon because those balloons are heating up.
Okay.
Oh no, is it okay?
Yeah. Let's go. Luke, the balloons are heating up.
Is it okay if they're
Yep.
heating up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Promise?
Yes.
It's fine.
It's fine. Yep.
Wait.
Oh, no, it's okay. Wait, hold on. I can help.
Thank you.
That'll-
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Sit down.
But think
Go around this side of the hills, okay?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yep, of course they are.
With you.
Let's go to the right side.
Especially.
Stan, you got confidence? Yeah. Okay.
Yep, I checked that.
Oh, it's on us.
I got it.
Good, that's, I'll take that from you.
Thank you.
Whoa!
Great.
Can you tell us again how to say it?
Ahe.
I'll say it once myself.
Okay, so you look how beautiful it is. This is
그래가지고 다 기원했겠니? Holy people of the Father Sky and of the universe, holy people of the earth, on the surface of Mother Earth, we ask for the protection of our brother David Blaine as he makes this ascension. And we know that he will complete this in beauty, for beauty is in him, and beauty is all around him. And so we pray that with your help, there will always be joy, happiness, confidence, and peace before him. Joy, happiness, confidence, and peace behind him. Joy, happiness, confidence, and peace below him. Joy, happiness, confidence, and peace above him. May he do this ascension in beauty, that he will be able to have it completed and finished in beauty and in joy and happiness and confidence and peace all around him and in him. Pujanasli, 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 Pujanasli. All is well. All is well. All is well. All is well. Okay.
Ahead.
Yes. Kate. It's complete. Okay.
Ahead. Thank you.
Ascension feels more ambitious than all of my other stunts combined. I want to grab a bunch of balloons and fly as high as a jet. It might seem simple, but in reality there are some serious risks. If there's a balloon failure before I put on my parachute, I can go crashing to the ground.
If he doesn't put on his parachute, he dies.
So I'd have to switch.
No, no.
And for me, the most dangerous part of this is landing safely.
Shut her down all the way. No, whoa, 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 whoa.
I've never had to land on terrain that's this difficult in my life. But at the same time, I'm so excited to pull this off.
What are we doing here?
I had to shove it way deep. Yeah? You might have to always mess with it a little bit, but I can hear every word you say. You don't have to hit anything or anything like that.
No, right, Mike?
Okay. How about that? Is that any better? Any better? Okay. Less is more. Perfect. You feeling good?
Ready to go. What is another wall ball? This is the one. That's the one, my friend. Cinch down your pull it off.
Okay.
All right.
Where's Dawn? Dawn, are we? You're gonna be good for the way off?
I'm ready for burn.
You guys are...
I'll save the check here. I'm ready for burn, I think.
Okay. Bert, come on up. We'll do the way out.
Good shoot. Good.
Is that good?
Yep, more than good. Yeah. Hold on, wait. What's this thing?
That's the
real one.
That's the real one. That's the release.
And the other is I'll find
You can't do it till later.
Can't do it till later.
Great.
You want to go ahead and put the bags on them, Bert?
Yeah, let's weigh them off.
Yep.
With the bags.
There you go. Let you go ahead and give you this other 5. Don't go anymore. Right.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get them hanging.
All right. Dave, you ready to go?
Yep.
I will double check it.
I'm going to need the ladder.
I'm going to have to put one right here. Yep.
Of
course it is. He's going to pull it out after that's his kid.
My legs should be... Let's try it up a little bit.
It's where it's supposed to be.
Give me a little more, Ben.
You will not see his chest. Al, you will not see his chest camera.
Okay.
He's going to pull it out.
Can we get a 5-pounder on?
5-pound balloon?
Yeah, let me. All right,
Wait, I can hold this.
Hold on to this.
Yeah.
All right, hold on to that. That's all half hands off. Is this flight?
Man, you're good.
Hands off. We need a 5-pound weight on there, at least.
5 pound
At least, yeah. Maybe 2.
It feels like
Yeah, no, listen to me. Listen to me. Okay, I'll hold on to it. Are you okay? It's the wind. It's the wind.
Got it.
I'll redo it down there too.
Can I go behind, not in the front? Go behind somewhere, not in the front?
What's that? I'm not putting this on.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4.
20.
Yeah, 25.
That's to get on Mike's shoulders in the spot when we get there. Mike, you ready?
You happy with it? No.
No, it's the wind, I think.
I think you're right.
I think we need one more 5-pounder.
You want a 5.5 up? Can I get a 5.5?
Oh, you're saying up?
Yes.
Oh, got it.
See, you keep saying weights.
No. I'm sorry, you misunderstood.
All right, David, I got to bring you back in. Yep. Let me know when you guys are ready to bring David back in.
Yeah, we're ready.
Come on in.
David looks great, man.
Stop right there, please. Stop. Thank you.
That's not in the way of the parachute on this side?
We're going to put it on this side. Should be going right over there. Put it right there.
Have 1 sip of water.
Let me get it.
1 sip of water.
Water?
All right,
Yeah, just
let
a
it
sip
go.
of ass
Everybody's going. Everybody's going.
Luke, will you just...
Okay. Can we take the weight off?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Dan, going out.
All right, going out.
Dave, you're going to go up.
Yeah.
One more, Dan.
One.
I got him. He's bleeding.
Okay, very good. Let's,
You like that, Bert?
yeah, we're good.
All right.
And you suck him back in a little bit.
Let me do one check right there. Where's that? Aviation?
Oh, this side? Aviation is right
Where's the mic?
Mike's right there. Okay, good.
Mic check, mic check.
I want you to carry this just in case.
Got it.
It's just pulling this right here.
That's it. Should be.
All right.
You hold him down where he is right now.
You like what you're at?
Yeah.
Don't hold that rope. Hold
You like what you're at?
Yep, yep.
And then what I need to do, you don't have a free hand, so I'm going to key this. Okay, here goes a backup radio check. Backup radio check. Backup radio check.
If you guys want, we can take these off for the walk.
Okay, we good?
Go ahead. Hold
not all of them.
So don't unhook yet.
No, we're not good. No, keep
You want
this
one?
Yeah.
All right.
Keep on, because I got to get both the cabins.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to do, you guys, Bert, you're happy with what you got?
Yeah.
All right. So go, no go for Al with the TV.
David, down a little bit. Got it. David, I got to get you.
Go for Al. 3G. We set with 3G. You guys good?
One more. I can...
Oh, you're great, David.
You're
You're
good.
off the pack.
Aaron's up in the helicopter.
Should be happy there.
Got it.
All right.
Art,
Should be got you.
command and control. You good?
Fix this a little bit.
Jim, you guys are good at Tate. One last check with Dawn. When does it go?
We're good? That means go now, right?
Okay, we're gonna pause. We got a inconvenient airplane just hanging at the end of the runway. He's about to go. As soon as he clears, it's on us.
Don, how are we doing?
We're doing great.
Okay.
All right, eyeball went straight up.
Okay.
You're going to go basically straight up, David.
Okay. Okay. Let's start walking down the stairs now, though. Let's get down the stairs first.
ATC, we're clear.
You guys got me? Watch don't fall. Be careful.
Let's clear. Yep. They're just going to hold him right here.
Yeah.
He's rolling. You're happy with what you got now?
I am so happy.
Bert, you're happy with what you got?
Yeah.
Most importantly, dude, are you happy with what you got?
Yep.
Looks great.
Where's Nessa putting the balloon?
She's going to put it in a white string, Nessa. In a white string. But we're going to put it on this side. Yeah. We're going to put it on this side.
We'll show her where the clip is.
Yep, you got it.
Thank you.
All right, we're clear to walk.
Let's walk.
Clear to walk. Clear to walk.
How you feel?
You look great, man. Seems nice, huh, Don? And David, I know you can hear me in your ear. Don says we're golden. Beautiful. Yep. We'll do it out here. Hey, remember, we're going all the way across. Sorry, Bruce. You still want him on the other side? Yep. Yep.
We can walk all the way to the edge and to the desert. Okay. So I don't need to release ballast until we're up and at it, right? Will you guys switch me so I can see where I'm going? Just a tiny, yeah, that's it. Just like that. Yep. Parachute's clear?
Parachute's clear. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Triple check it. I'm just going to unzip your sweatshirt just a little bit.
Yep.
Walking, no one can hear you as good.
Okay.
Just get you a little bit more. How about
Great.
that?
Whatever you think.
All right. How we doing on that? All right. You excited?
Yeah.
It's happening, man. I'm nervous now. You're about to have a good time.
This is actually crazy.
Oh, it looks fake. Okay. If I wasn't seeing it, I think it wasn't happening.
This is like, I am going to have the most amazing views ever on these balloons. This is amazing.
Straight out by the tree, guys. Straight out by the tree. Yes, sir. Walk to dawn.
Okay. What are you thinking?
No, it's just, oh, there we go. I see. That's probably way better for you guys.
Is that better?
You like that better, Al? Straighten up there, Hugh.
Where's Don Day?
Right there.
And Bert, we're good?
We're good.
Okay.
All right.
You still good with everything?
We're still good with everything. All right.
Good.
That's it?
And Luke, the same code red, if the plane starts flapping the wings, I come down?
Swings, you come down. But there's never a jump without checks.
Yeah. Of course.
I'll be talking to you.
And when my altimeter says about 8,000, that's what I'm putting it on,
The
correct?
MSL one says 8,000, ground one says 4,000.
Okay.
Yeah. 8,000, whatever you want. All right. I think it's on you guys.
All right, I'd like to do one more way off.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, let's have hands off. Hands off.
Wow. I'm basically perfectly floating. And I have this, so I'll be...
Okay,
Wow. Here, wait, do you want to try it with this out? Just to see?
You're going to get one more pound out of Desmond.
And then just be ready.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, and you're going to give me an extra little bit of lift.
Come on in, Desmond.
Come on in, Desmond. Here. Right behind you. Come on, right here. Look at those white lines. Anyone?
Where?
Up, right there.
There?
Higher.
Right there.
There?
Yeah, just any line. Around the line.
There?
There you go. Yes, go ahead.
Sure? Sure?
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect.
I'm letting go?
You go, let go.
Butterfly.
Good.
Good job, Desmond.
Okay,
Perfect. Nicely done. And I get one kiss. There I go. We're not letting him go yet, guys.
I love you. Love you.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. All right, David, we're going to hold for just a second. They're running out to check some on your microphone, but
Stay
you're
here,
ready.
please. Stay here.
You're ready.
Stay here.
They're going to check a couple things. You feel comfortable? You want to come down a little bit?
No, I think we're fine. And then I'm going to give you something.
They're running to check something on the mic. I don't know.
Okay.
Going to go north a little bit?
Yep.
Yeah. Going to go out here? Oh, hey, Don?
Okay. Perfect. How can we? Let's go though, cause let's get it going. Okay, let's go. We're going.
Are we ready?
Yep. Everybody's good to go? We're good? Is everybody good? Yep. Are we good to go? Love you. That's gonna take me up.
Just be ready to go.
Will you spin me?
Nobody underneath them.
Yeah, I'm looking for Dessa. Yeah, I understand all that. So we're heading in a different direction than we anticipated for now. Correct? I'm gonna just go nice and slow like this and enjoy the ride for a little bit. Wow. Wow, that is amazing. It's so beautiful. Should I drop one now? Drop one now? The thing came off on the glasses, so we're gonna lose the glasses on the jump, but that's fine. Yeah. What's my altitude?
So, 4,500 right now. And you will come back this way, Don's confident.
Great.
It looks crazy. I do. This is the fun part, and then it's going to get real here at some point. Got it? When he comes back, whenever he's clear to drop that, you'll just keep me posted on that?
What's my rate of ascent?
Check-in rate of ascent. You're still going up. You're 4,600.
Yeah, I have exactly 4,600 as well.
I'm right here. You want him to drop one? Okay. Yep. Yep. Let me check.
Is it okay to
David, if you're David, if you are in a safe spot, which it looks to me, take a good look down, and Bert would like you to drop one more weight.
Okay, I'll wait till I'm over this.
All right, Al, here we go, David. He's just about to. When he clears, he'll drop another.
Okay, one weight's coming down. Is it clear?
One weight.
Am I clear to
me.
drop?
Clear to drop. Clear to drop. They got eyes on it. You copy? I got you at 4,900 feet, David.
Tell me when to release the next one.
Okay. Don't drop any more, David. We have you at 4,900 feet. And why are you dropping those weights?
Say it again.
Explain to us why you're dropping those weights. What are you doing?
I'm dropping the weight so I can get more ascent rate going up. So I'm dropping the weight so basically I become lighter so the balloons can bring me up higher.
You know, I mean, when he's over the airport, I want to get rid of all that when he's here.
And now we're flying exactly as Don predicted. This is going right over this most unbelievable view in the world. It doesn't even look like I'm on Earth. It's amazing.
And I think he's about ready to drop another one. So we're making sure we're in a safe area. We can go pick those up.
I'm at 5150.
Okay, David, it's on you to ballast one more when you're ready.
Does he hear you?
Yeah, I'm hearing your dad.
Is now a good time?
Now's a great time for us.
Okay, releasing one more.
Okay. So, Dawn and Bert, I'm going to want him to get those off fairly soon because then we're going to hook up a safety and start doing other stuff.
Okay.
So you tell me when. It's on you guys.
Okay, you want it 4,000 AGL, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're at what hour? 5,000 what? For 5,300.
Yeah.
What's
so
his fun? Okay,
should I release one more?
Should he release one more or not?
Okay, he's doing.
It's up.
He's doing about 400.
You like it?
He's doing one more, and he's got one more left.
You like one more? Or not?
Done? No, I think so. If we need to get him to 500 to 600, I think we need to do it.
Okay. So David, you look like you're in a great safe spot, and we can recover all these weights if you don't mind dropping one more.
Is he okay?
Yeah, your dad's doing great.
Yeah, can I speak to Dessa?
Sure. Sure, one second. Put this on, and then when you talk, press the A button.
Where is A?
Hey.
On my hand.
Hello? Hi, it's them.
How are you?
Yeah, amazing. It's so beautiful. And again, it's like magic. Feels like I'm floating.
Yeah. I don't
like
see
for
anyone.
real,
I only
without
see
the balloons. Yeah, it just feels like I'm floating in the air.
Oh, great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you remember we had your nickname when you were little?
Oh, yeah.
For real?
Yeah. All right. Luke wants to get back the thing.
Sit down.
Sit down. Easy. Bye.
All right, so just confirming that you've dropped all those weights at this point. You still have one left?
No, I have one more.
Perfect.
Yep.
Bert says you have one left. You're doing great.
Okay, but there's a truck under me, so I'm not going to drop it yet.
Yeah, do not drop it yet. Do not drop it yet.
No, there's a truck next to the
Bert's
road.
asking what your rate of climb is on your.
Well, so I'm at 50. It's about. I'll just read it to you. 5980, 5990, 6000, 6010, 6020, 6030,
okay,
6040.
We got you at about 400 feet a minute right now.
6,000.
And we have you at just over 6,000.
Should I drop this next one while we're in a good area?
Should we drop it? He's in a great area.
Or stay at this. I'll stay at this as well.
Okay, the brain trust here, Bert and Don, say if you're in a safe spot, you should drop the one more, and that'll put you at about 500 feet a minute.
Really? Well, then, should I wait on that, or just do it? Just do it? Okay.
Yeah, you should do it, because you're in a great safe spot right now.
What altitude am I at AGL?
Stand by.
Like about 2,000, correct?
That's correct. On the nose. Just a minute.
6390, 64, 6420.
Drop that.
Say it again.
We wanted to confirm you dropped that, correct?
Yeah, that's gone.
Perfect. They're happy. You liking it?
I'm at 65.
So we're right at 500 feet a minute. We're right in the sweet spot right now. And hang out for a second. Okay, David, it's time to start getting down to business a little bit. What we need to do is unzip your vest, pull that camera out, and then hook up your safety.
Oh. Okay, so first is safety before camera, correct?
Sure, that's great.
Is that correct? First is safety, correct?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Okay, and just pull this out, right?
Correct.
Pull this out?
You're on it, yep. Pull that
okay.
out. That'll
I'm dropping it.
Safety. Yep, great
okay.
spot.
Now this. Okay. That is now hanging up here, but there we go. Good. That's that.
Perfect.
Okay.
We got eyes on the sleeve. We'll be able to grab that.
Okay. Are we good?
Everything looks great right now. Why don't you unzip to get that chest camera out?
Okay, hold on. We just don't want to let go of the parachute yet. So can we put the parachute on before, or is this put this on first?
Yeah, pull the camera out, set the camera. I don't want to mess with the parachute yet.
Okay, like this?
Yeah, that's great.
Like this?
Great.
Like this, and then zip this up, right? A little bit?
Correct.
Like that?
Right to the bottom of it. You got it.
Okay. Okay. What altitude are we at?
Right now we got you at about 7,200 feet.
Can I put the parachute on now, or is it a little early?
It's time. Bert says it's time. We're about 1,000 feet lower, but you're good.
Okay, no, then okay, so I can start and I'll go slow. Yes?
That sounds good.
Yes?
Yes,
okay.
Let's do it.
The parachute coming down. Parachute coming down. Wow, it's tight. Oh. Okay. All right. Oh.
There you go. No lower. No lower.
Okay, right there. Okay. Am I clear to drop the bag? It's clear? No one's underneath me for this? It's fine?
Correct. It's a great time.
Okay.
And you're right at the airport.
Bag, I'm holding parachute firmly. Bag is going down. Okay. Bag is down.
Perfect.
That's
we got eyes on the bag.
Okay,
right
now
here.
I'm inspecting the parachute. Whew. Crazy. Okay.
You should see it from this angle. Take your time, man. Nice deep breaths.
Okay. So first I'm going to pull one and hold parachute firmly. Okay. Now I'm carefully grabbing parachute, checking it. We're good. Arm 1 is in. Here's arm 2 is in. That's that. Okay. Now I'm gonna connect chest strap. Chest strap on. That's great.
Chest strap over camera arm, correct?
Chest strap on. Good.
Chest strap over camera arm on top of it?
Chest strap over camera. Good. Next is leg strap number 1. Whew.
Take your time, man. Nice and slow. Slow is fast.
Oh. Okay, leg strap number 1. I have it.
Can I get an altitude on him right now? You're doing great, David. Lots of time. 8,200 feet, so we're doing great.
Okay.
4,000 above the ground, lots of time.
Number 2. Leg strap number 2. Okay. Hold on. Leg strap 2 is connected. Got it. We're good with that. I'm going to tuck it in. Okay. Leg strap is okay. I'm not going to connect that, but I'm going to pull this down. Here comes the next leg strap, number 2. Okay. Leg strap, this one. Okay.
There you go. Nice.
Something's a little. Okay. Woo. Leg strap number 2 is now officially connected. I'm going to check. We're good. We're good. We're good. I'm going to remove the safety right now.
It's okay.
This safety is now off. I'm going to check 1, check 2, woo. Check 3, we're set.
We only missed the number 2. Release the right shoulder from the Snapchat hold that was holding it. That was number 2.
Yep. Here we go. There we go. Okay.
Nice job.
We're good now, right? Parachute
You're
is
about
on.
to go up really high, and then you got to find a place to land. So, I mean, you got a parachute on now. I'll say that.
Okay. Okay, so wait. So hold on. I pull this first, this second, and that's it. Correct?
Correct, and you would be skydiving. So you're climbing up at 500 feet a minute. Bert and Don are happy. Everything's great right this second.
I've got no altimeter working, by the way. But, okay. Now I got one.
I guarantee if you pull that one out of your right pocket, David, and put it on your right wrist now, if you can
good
do that,
call.
then you'll be good.
Hold on. Okay. Altimeter. Okay, good. This says AGL 5,000. This other one says MSL almost 10,000. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. You are correct.
Okay.
Can you show me your altimeter just so we can confirm? Hold it in front of the camera.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to turn it. Can you see?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I can extend this out.
Yeah, the one there you go.
Okay, can you see it like that?
Yes, we can. That's great.
And then
5,300 feet.
And then you see this one?
That one's a little bit tougher, but all your altimeters are matching with what we have.
Okay. This altimeter is not on, but that's fine. We're on. We're connected now. We're good, right?
And let's for you, from now on, David, look at your altimeter on your right wrist.
Then I'm going to switch
the one you
wrist.
just put
hold
on. Yeah, that one
hold
you
on.
can see
so I'm
real
going to
good.
switch wrist. So hold on. So altimeter is coming off. Okay.
Hold on, Al. We can't do that yet. He's busy.
Okay.
10,000 MSL. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready to speed the ascent rate when you guys want.
So, David, we want to hang on for 1 second. What I want you to do is do your checks of threes. Just double check your leg strap, chest strap.
I'm hard to hear you, but hold on. Chest strap, good. Chest strap connected. Chest strap is good. Leg strap connected. Tight. Okay. Other leg strap is good.
So, Dawn.
That's it. Yeah, we're
Dawn.
good.
Will he start coming back to the south soon?
Let's pull this. I want to go, and this, and that's it.
Correct. Let's obviously not do that yet. But if you're looking at the lake straight behind you right now, you're about to start moving.
I'm looking at the. I don't know. I'm not looking. I think I'm looking the other way, Luke.
Correct. I'm watching what you're looking at. I'm just telling you, you're now starting to move backwards from the direction you're looking, which is great. And to your right, that's taking you to the south.
We're also getting boiling hot on that back thing, by the way.
Yeah, shocker for you and me, huh?
Hold on, wait. Let me just connect these really quick. Hold on.
Now's the time to do anything that you need. You got lots of time. You're safe at the moment. Everything looks good.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I'm there with him.
Okay. I see planes below, that's all fine.
Yeah, everything's great here. If you wouldn't mind, because we are at only about 11,000 feet, I would love to get a pulse ox reading on you now before it starts to get thin up there, if you have time.
Pulse oximeter coming on.
Once you get a reading, if you could, hold it in front of the camera lens, if you're able to. Yes.
African Indonesia. No?
Oxygen started low, but now it's climbing. Heart rate at 145, pulse oximeter at 93 and climbing. I'm not going to talk for a minute just to get it up.
So this is where David's doing his breathing technique to try to adjust his oxygen. It was low when he put it on and then brought it back up, but he's on about 12,000 feet.
You're right, Luke, about breathing is definitely more difficult with this on, but when I find the right position, it seems to help.
So David, why don't you look down and to your right a little bit? You should start to see the landing area that we talked about.
You see it? It's upside down now.
Yeah, keep holding it there. I'm trying to get an angle on it. It's really difficult in the sun, but
Tell me
me
where
seeing it is that looks pretty good. You're going 13 miles an hour across the ground, and you're going up at 500 feet a minute.
Okay.
So David, can you do me a favor and look down and to your right? You should start to see the area.
Yeah, I see Paige, And in front of me, I see some fields, 2 baseball fields.
Straight in front of you, if you look straight in front of you, out in front of you on the left, you'll see that little mesa that parallels the road.
Yep.
You got eyes on where we're looking?
Right next to that busy area, correct? In front of the 2 ponds.
Correct, exactly. You're looking right at it. That's where we're still aiming for.
That's what we're aiming for, correct?
Correct. We're still aiming that way.
Okay. That's good, because I can see that perfectly.
Hey, Don, can you tell me the distance from him to that target?
By the way, so let me not talk for a minute.
Yeah, it's on you, man. You do whatever you need.
O2 climbing. Climbing big time. Went from 83 to 91.
Yeah, you did that to me in the airplane, too. Could you read me off
I feel perfectly coherent.
How's the temperature?
I'm at 13,000, correct?
Affirmative, 13,000.
O2 climbing. Whenever I talk, it goes down, so can you see it? Can you see it? It's at 95.
I can't quite make it out. Somebody else
tell me where. Just tell me where to put it, and I can do it.
Okay, that's great. Just like that.
O2 climbing at 96. It's upside down, but 95.
And I don't need that exact on,
relax
just
for
close.
a second again.
Yeah, man, make yourself comfortable. Make sure you move around a little bit, and you know. How's the temperature? You're
saying this ascent rate is good, Don and Bert? We're good with this?
Affirmative. Bert's sitting next to me. He said yes.
Okay.
How's the temperature?
I wish it got colder. Ask Noodles why.
Oh, it'll get colder. We still have your gloves, but there's no need for that until you need them.
Yeah, we don't need them yet. See, look at my oxygen right now. Can you see it? Because I was talking. You see what it says? 90 and dropping. Can you see it?
Yeah, it starts to fall fast.
Can you see it?
Yeah,
88.
Don't
you
talk.
See it? Now watch. I'm going to start breathing. Watch what happens. Ready? And this is at almost 14,000 feet. Ready? Starting my purging now.
Can we see that? Sorry. Stop. Rotate it, don't talk, but just rotate it a little bit more so there's no reflection. So more straight up and down. So David, at this altitude, it's about 60% of the oxygen you have on the ground.
See it climbing, 95, can you see?
What's that? Don?
Can you see?
2.1, perfect. Short, right?
Can you see?
Yeah, it's small in my monitor, but yeah, there you go. Close as you can, almost touching it. All right, that looks good for us, David. This is for you now. And then you're climbing 500-600 feet a minute. You're at 14,000 feet. Everything's looking good.
Can you see the O2?
Can you see that? No, I don't think that we're going to be able to with the reflection right now.
Can you see it now? I'll block here, like this.
That's better. If you block the sun the best you can. There you go. Right there, close. There you go. As much sun as you can block. Yeah.
I'm going to take a break again, but I got it up to 96. Oh.
Yeah, we don't need any more of the pulse ox. Looks good. We don't need to see that.
Okay,
how are you feeling? How are you feeling right now?
I feel great. I feel great. And my team, by the way, all of you down there, you couldn't have done a better job across the board. This is the most secure and confident that I've ever felt on anything that I've ever done in my life. So thank you guys. We're 100%, not just my team, all of you guys, you too, my Christian, everybody that helped me. You guys, this is a dream, and I can't believe this.
Looks good, man. Just try to relax and
look
soak in
around
the
for a minute,
oxygen
and I'll
because it's
show
going
you
to
what I
get
see.
serious here
I'm going
again
to show you
soon.
what I see. So I'm going to try to. Does this camera work like that?
Yeah, we got great images. Nice and slow.
Yeah.
We see everything.
See that? Good.
Oh, that's great.
I'm going to put this back on right here. I lower this a little bit.
If Dessa wants to talk to him, this is the
So you're
time.
clear of everything.
If she wants to, if not, it's okay.
That's on. Yep. Ready?
So David, before it starts to get any higher and stuff, I just looked over. If Dessa's available, do you have a second to talk to her when she comes over, or not? Because otherwise, it's going to get serious here when we get a little higher.
Okay, so should I put the gloves on now?
It's up to you, temperature-wise. Why don't you turn the camera around so we see your face, and then Dessa will be able to see your face.
Good.
Yeah, she's coming over. She's not here, I'll tell you. You can put gloves on if you'd like, whatever you need. Camera looks great. So you're all fine, everything's safe. I'm going to turn you over to Dessa, and then I'll come back to you when it's time to start doing oxygen.
Yep.
So here you go. Put this on, and then when he talks, you'll hear him, but to talk to him, you have to hold this button down to talk. Have a seat right here.
Thank you. Hey. Hey.
And then let
How
go.
are you?
Good, and you?
Yeah,
Press
great.
it.
Okay.
When you talk only, press it. When you talk, then
How
let
do
go.
you feel?
Good.
I hear you perfectly. Yeah, I'm good. I'm really, really good.
Great.
And I'll be seeing you pretty soon.
Yeah, when do you think, like, in what, how many,
I think we're going to go up really high now. And then I think I'm going to find a spot and jump down and
but
be
where,
brought
go
right to you.
higher to where?
We're going to go high now. This is where we start to go high, where it starts to get nice and cold. But remember, we went to the Arctic Circle, and we had New Year's Eve and freezing cold temperatures. Well, that was helping to prepare for this. So we're going to be good. Yep. So this is going to be the same. Do you remember we slept in the ice hotel in Finland where it was minus freezing temperatures, below freezing? I was up the whole night touching you to make sure you were okay. I was so worried, and you were fine.
How many feet do you think you're gonna go up?
We're at 16,000 now. And we're probably going to go up to where the airplanes go. That means I'm going into a Class A airspace where the jet planes fly. We don't know how high yet. We will see. I got to focus now, so that's it.
Family time. Sorry. Push the button, say goodbye.
Love you.
Love you, Shatan.
Love you.
Love you, bye. Thank you.
All right. So David, just don't talk, hang out, take your time. How are you feeling?
I'm done with talking.
Great. So we're at about 15,000 feet. This is where I would like to see you pull that oxygen down and take some breaths of O2 here.
I'm still good. I'm still perfect.
You know that's the first symptom of hypoxia, right? Confidence?
No, I'm 100% perfect like we were in the plane. 100%. You can ask Adam if you want.
All right, we're okay then right now.
Good. And have the oxygen
But is he
line
1.2 short or past it?
Right here when I need it.
Perfect. So 1.2 past is where I want to start thinking about ending.
You see?
Did we lose the helicopter yet?
Wow. Don, we're exactly where you predicted. This is crazy.
remember, you can unhook that carabiner if you want,
Yep.
so you don't have to hold it down.
Yep, good call. So unhooking carabiner, which I can grab back.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Stan
pull
and
this.
Shuby.
Okay.
I just want to make sure, so as we keep going up, we could jump. That's what I see too.
Okay. Okay. Oxygen clear. We're good.
Looks good. And David, you don't have to answer anything I say, just informing you that we're about 17,000. We passed the helicopter limitations. The helicopter can't hang with you anymore. So we got a long distance camera on you. We can see with the long one. And every camera around you, including your chest camera, is showing your face. You work great. 0.4? Oh, wow. So we're good.
We're almost in the Class A.
Let me know when we get to 18, please. And we're good.
So we at 13 AGL and 17.6 MSL.
Correct, and I've just been informed you're cleared into Class A airspace.
I'm good. I'm good to go into Class A.
You're good to go into Class A, which is crazy.
Thank you, Jim, Sue, Wayne, and Kurt, and Carlos. You guys worked hard with the FAA, and you've been amazing as well.
How you feeling with your breathing? Are you feeling still coherent?
Coherent, perfect. If I talk to you, I'm not though.
So when you're up there and you're drifting, you're starting to pick up ground speed, which is great. But now you look down, you're probably almost straight over the top of the LZ.
I see it perfectly.
I call it LZ, whatever. It's the desert, the spot we picked out there. So
we're in a Class A right now.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, we're in the Class A. You're gonna keep rolling, and then I'll keep you posted on altitude. Yep. I'm not going to take that off now. I'm not going to do it. So, can you, so I'm trying to check your coherency. What's the Class A airspace? What's that mean?
Class A is at 18,000. We're at 18.2, perfectly coherent.
Can I just fly into 18,000 foot airspace with talking to anybody?
I couldn't hear you.
Can I just go up there and fly around at 18,000
No, it
feet?
is not allowed. When you hit 12.5 as a pilot, you need to go on. And I'm going to go on, but with O2 levels being at 98, it's not okay. But at 15, it's a requirement. And I'm about to go on it. I just want to be comfortable when I put it on, so I'm okay clearing my release. So I just want to wait until I feel comfortable. And as soon as I feel the slight bit not comfortable, this will go on.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm fine with you doing what you're doing, David. It looks great. You're obviously talking clear. You have about half the oxygen you do here on the ground up there above 18. And Dawn, you're gonna tell me when we get to like 1 mile past? Okay, so then we probably need to start telling
what
the
altitude
ATC that
AGL
we're
am I
about,
opening the parachute?
5,000 feet. We're going to open at 5,000 feet.
AGL.
AGL. The altimeter on your your left wrist, the one you just switched. So we're about 5 minutes.
We're at 19,000 feet, feeling great.
Good copy, David. I wish we could dump just a little more ballast to get it, punch that up a little bit, Don. I don't know. It's up to you guys. I mean, yeah. What's that? You'd want to hurry with it? Yeah. Let me see. Hey, David. Because we're moving across the ground a little bit, if I would like to have them dump like a 5-pound shot of ballast.
Then let me wait and let me go. Let me go on the O2 before we do that.
Yeah, and we don't
so the sand doesn't dump on it.
Do that, but if we want to reach a target altitude and a safe landing zone, we need to increase the climb a little bit. You agree with that, Don?
Increase crime. Sorry. Increase climb.
I think we should do.
Do not increase. Increase. We are at 19.4.
Affirmative. 19.4. We're looking good. I'm getting worried. I want you to think about putting that O2 on.
Come on.
Okay, we're losing the mic.
Like they do when you're in the Oklahoma City. Ask me questions. I'm at 19,000 feet and 500.
I can tell he's trying to cross that 20,000
questions.
foot line. I know you're trying to cross that 20-foot line. I think you should put that on. Your buddy's next to me.
Let me cross 20, and it goes on. We're at 19.7.
Okay, my advice
Ask
is to
him
put
to
that
ask
on.
me a few questions. Ask me a few complicated questions.
He wants you to ask a complicated question. You got a story or something? But he needs to, I mean, it's getting real now. Okay.
We're at 19.8. My O2 level is definitely at 96, 97. Every time I hold my breath on stage, I've done over 1,000 breath holds at 10 minutes apiece. I have hyperventilated on pure O2. Nobody should ever try this. It's very dangerous. And I know exactly how I feel when I get tingly. I know every single sign.
Okay, David, you're 1 mile past the LZ, so if we want to hit that target altitude, we need to dump some ballast, so you need to put the O2 on.
Okay, O2 is going on.
Great. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to, and you cross through 20. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready for ballast. Don't let it get in your eyes, please. Are you doing 5 or 10? I'd like to get them up quick. And we're good on you. So they're getting ready to dump ballast, David. It's on you whenever you're ready. Here comes ballast in about 5 seconds. Give me a thumbs up if you feel you're getting good O2 flow.
The O2 flow is terrible up here.
Push on the back button on the regulator and blast it into your mouth. That's way better, right? Did we get a drop of ballast?
Let's take me up a little bit.
Got it, we're trying. What? It should have been a 5-minute call. I'd say, what are we going up? Yeah, I would say I'm going to get him as quick as we can. Can I get this line cleared for sight? So David, we're good you're breathing great. Just keep spraying that in your face if you want. At some point, I'm going to have you turn your camera around, not yet, because I like to see what I'm seeing. And then when you turn your camera around, I'm going to then have you do one more check on your handles. Once the camera's tight to your body, but not yet, but give you time, but we're probably 2 minutes to drop. We getting anything? And how are we on distance? How are we on distance?
Let's dump some ballast.
Got it. They're trying right this second. Okay, how high are we right now? 21. So David, we're through 21,000 feet. If they don't dump ballast soon, I'm going to, I want you to look down now and see if you can see your, a potential landing area. If you can, give me a thumbs up.
I see it perfectly. I got it perfectly. I got it. I see it.
Great. Looks good. How high are we right now?
No way to dump ballast at this point, right?
What are we at altitude right now? Over 21,200 feet. Everything's good on my end. Give me a thumbs up if you're still comfortable. As comfortable as you can be up there. Is there a way to know roughly how far away he is right now from the potential landing zone that we have? We're getting closer to it. I don't want to exceed like 2.5. He says he sees it perfect, and the winds are light, so he'll get back no problem. But for sure, not over 3. We're jumping before 3 no matter what. Everything's looking good. I'm not talking, just giving you a little time. We're working out some details here. What?
Hey, Luke, I see another good landing area to my right.
Yeah,
with that little road going through it. It's another one of these plateaus. How does it look to you? That one to my right. I'm going to point the camera down.
Okay. Let's check it out. Yeah, that is sort of it. I would head back towards the ponds, those little, yeah, the 2 ponds and the airport, and then you'll see the nice spot.
I can't hear you.
So that is affirmative.
Talk in between me
You're
breathing.
going to, okay, you're going to go back towards the airport. You're still looking good. You're only 2 miles from that LZ right this second.
I heard sand.
He heard sand. Confirm you heard sand. He heard sand.
I heard something, but nothing fell. Yeah.
How high are we? 22,100 feet. Did you guys give a 2-minute call, Stan? Yeah. Okay, great. David, set rate is going up. David, you might not have seen the sand, but Bert and Don are saying that your ascent rate is going up now faster, so it's all worked. Why don't you pull that camera back up so it's looking straight out in front of you, if you can? And in tight to your body. You don't have to answer me. Just push the whole thing in tight to your body so it's not sticking out there. There you go. Looks great. What's that? Gotcha. So you're about 30 seconds from being at 23,000 feet. If you could pull that out and just let me know that you see the landing area. Great, sounds good. I can hear you. So you guys, hey, are you guys good for him to, I'm not saying jump right this second, but you're good for him to jump at any moment? Okay. And you guys are ready to pop balloons? ATC, you guys are ready if he's good? All right.
Speed the ascent rate up more.
Yes, I am. Okay, is it, David, you're breathing in that stuff? Your leg straps, your stirrups are still tight. So if you can loosen them, loosen them. You don't have to talk to me. You're either going to get them loose or you're not. Remember, when you open your parachute, you'll be able to get at them too. Stand up on your right leg. Maybe that'll help that one. $23,500 feet. There you go. Look good there.
I got leg strap 1. Now I'm going to try 2.
Okay, and make sure you're spraying that thing, you're purging that thing into your face, because I don't think the flow's enough. This tab's going to be a little higher than the other one, because that's the side you're hanging from. And I need you to jump whenever you're comfortable. Put those, you know, we're getting farther and farther away. So. 24,000 feet. I would quit worrying about that right now. And will you loosen that
Luke,
up?
I got to get it loose. Luke, I got to get it loose. Let me get it loose, please. I see the landing.
Remember, under parachute, you're able to do it also.
I'm doing it right now.
There you go. Great. Looks good. Great.
Hold on. Hold on.
How far away are we from that spot? 3? Yep. Okay, David. So it's going to be on you, but I would like you, instead of 5,000 feet opening, I'd like you to open at 7,000 feet. 7,000 feet so you can make it back to the spot. You did a handle check, so you're good. Release the safety whenever you're ready. And it's on you. We're all quiet here. You're safe. You guys ready, Monica? Aaron's ready. Cameras are ready. He's going to hook up this oxygen to the thing. It's going to put it up. He's obviously coherent, because that is... I would have left that thing. All right, David, it looks good, man. It's all you. We're going to shut up and let you do your thing. Open at 7,000 feet. Here it goes, guys. Come on, buddy. Here we go. Let's do it. He's clean. He's clear. It's on you. Couple good hits. 24. 24. Wait 200 more feet. Wait 200 more feet. Hey, David, if you can hear me at all and you're comfortable and feel good, turn your camera to your face. Have you heard Scott on that other... Hey, stay...
Can you hear me?
I need something. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, David. Okay, David, this is Luke on the backup radio. Can you hear me? David, if you can hear me at all, we can hear you if you talk. I hear wind noise.
I got you.
Great.
I hear you.
That's awesome. You got me. Great job, buddy. How are you looking? You see the landing area?
Yeah, can I reach it? It's far.
It's far. Let me check.
It's far. It's far. It's very far.
Okay, then what we need you to do is start looking for a nice flat spot out there without any power lines. A nice flat open spot. Don't worry about coming back. Just worry about a nice spot to land.
Okay. Yeah, we're at 4,400.
4,400 feet. That's what we have also. Looks great. And you're gonna, there's very light wind, so it doesn't matter wind direction.
Which way is the wind going, though?
Land facing the airport.
The wind is going to the airport?
No. Land with you looking at the airport is the direction you want to land.
I want to land towards the airport.
Correct.
So I'm not going to turn, I'm just going to keep going straight.
Sounds good, but make sure you pick a nice spot. You know, if you have to turn and pick somewhere farther away that's better, do that.
Are there power lines next to this road?
There is a skinny set right alongside the road. But
Okay.
you'll see it when you get lower. If you land parallel with the road and off the road a little bit.
We're at 2,800 feet and we're right over all this stuff.
So you need to start looking and picking a spot. Pick a nice sandy spot there.
Okay.
And remember,
But
you don't
I
have
should
to
get away from this thing.
Correct. You don't have to be on near a road. Wherever you pick to land, we got you.
Is there power lines in front of me on this little road?
It's hard. They're so small in your camera for me to see. I can't see that.
Okay. I'm at 2,000 feet.
Okay, looking good. Just make sure you're picking a spot. You're not just flying along.
Can I land next to those two ponds on that road, right next to it?
Correct. There's a nice sandy ravine. A sandy ravine right by those two ponds would be a great spot.
I don't...
The answer is
no, I'm
yes.
going past it. Okay, right. There's no power lines there?
No. David, there's a nice ravine down in the bottom of that canyon. Just land in that ravine going with the ravine.
Wait, right next to the ponds or up? Up or next to the ponds?
If you can make
that
Good watch is right ahead of you.
Say it again.
Listen up to Scott
Can
on
I
the
go
backup
up,
radio.
to the, listen, to the left of those things or not?
No, to the right of them.
Stay ahead and look for the wash by the green pond.
Yep, he's in the wash. Looks great, David. Just pick that open wash there and you're good to go. Yep. David, I'm on the backup radio. We can't hear you. Just land nice big flare into that open ravine. Flare, 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 flare. Yeah! Is he there? Yes.
Yeah!
Beautiful. Where's Dessa? Where's Dessa? All right, David, you're talking into backup radio. Backup radio, you're talking.
Yeah?
Wow! That was awesome!
Yeah.
Wow!
All right. Yeah, here you go. Put this on. Talk to your dad. He's safe right here. You see him?
Yeah. No foul.
Hey,
That was great.
it's great.
Wow.
Damn.
You did it.
Wow, I love you.
You did it.
I love you.
You did it.
In the universe. Yeah. This is all for you.
Thank you. You did it. You didn't
Love you.
fall.
Sit down.
Shut down.
Okay, I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah, love you. Shut down. Easy.
Love you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of your dad.
Now you can breathe, Mike. Take breathe in. Right? Yeah. Breathe.
I can walk. I can. I can walk anywhere. Oh, man. Wow. How high did I go? Well, that's exactly where we jumped from. So it's exactly what we were heard when we did 6 jump.
What do you guys think we got?
Good thing I undid those things.
We're trying.
See him? Yeah. Yeah, that was amazing.
I can't hear your dad.
Wow.
I don't know. You can't see us.
That was amazing. Yeah, oh yeah. I hear you loud and clear. Take this. Can I take a sip of that water? Sorry. Oh, yeah. Thank you. That was actually beautiful from top to bottom. Yeah. Excuse me? Okay. Not too bad for 50. Not too bad for 50. I'll take the Hear me? So Aaron was flying. He flew a helicopter upside down. Helicopter upside down. Lower the statue of the sun. And this is